Thank you for tuning in to the B&RS Show.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
This is the B&RS Show.
Oh yeah.
Who we are is not important.
We'll do it live! We'll do it live! Do it
What
live!
we came to accomplish is
What we came to accomplish. Is that your best Bane?
I can't really do it if I don't do this over my mouth. You don't get the right voice, because no one can just sit there and be like, I'm Bane. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. You can't really do that with your voice without having some sort of a something there. So, yeah. But that's my best Bane. I think my Bane's pretty good.
Your Bane's alright.
Oh yeah.
I've seen better Banes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not fucking Tom Hardy with that.
Oh
fucking,
yeah.
Yo,
It's
it's
not
crazy.
important.
Yo, he had to wear that contraption on his face though. I was reading up on that. He wasn't even the first. Like, they had somebody else cast to play Bane, and the dude couldn't wear that shit on his face the whole time. Like,
Really?
yeah, they said, I forgot what it was who they had, but they had casted someone to be Bane, to play Bane in the film, and he couldn't wear the film. He couldn't wear the he couldn't wear the shit the whole time. So they had.
I wouldn't want to wear that shit either. The whole fucking movie.
Would make me. I would lose my mind with that shit on. Like that shit, cause it comes down over the bridge of your nose, and you got that whole shit here.
It just seems more annoying than Ben Affleck playing Batman.
You know, man, everybody's on Ben Affleck. I think it was a terrible choice, but I'm gonna do the smart thing. I'm gonna wait for DVD.
No, that's the thing. And I'm pretty sure, and this is where I differentiate myself from everyone else, because I believe in Ben Affleck. I believe that Ben Affleck is gonna fucking kill this shit.
I think he is too. Like everyone doesn't recover. I do believe we spoke about this last week, or I might have been speaking with someone else. Actually, I think I was talking with my boy Mondo on Tuesday during the NBA premiere. We were talking about this, and Affleck, he's recovered from the jiggly. What was the other one? He did Daredevil Disasters. He recovered nicely over the last decade from those horrible films. I don't think he would take at this point in his role. I mean, we've seen the last few roles he's done. The Town was Academy nominated.
The Town was sick.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Argo, I haven't seen all of Argo. That one, Best Picture. He did a couple of others, small sparks, working his way back up. He did a lot of directing and stuff. And I don't think he would put himself in a position with a shit role that he doesn't think he could take care of and handle his business, man.
I think he's mature. He's mature definitely as an actor. I think that Good Will Hunting definitely sparked something in both of those guys because
Good Will Hunting,
it made
pretty much
them.
launched Matt Damon. Affleck was around a little bit before that, but it launched Matt Damon into superstardom. And Matt Damon, man, he's a guy who can carry a film, man. I don't want to sound like I have a man crush on him.
We believe in Matt Damon.
He's had some damn decent movies, man. For that matter, who I love to see in a film together? Again, I'm about to say again. Damon and this kid. God damn it, man! I always forget his name. Marky Mark.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
You told because you was watching The Departed the other day, and that's.
I love that movie. That movie is one of the greatest gangster movies of ever.
I believe so. I believe so.
It's crazy,
and especially Nicholson. Nicholson, fucking DiCaprio.
Get rid of the fucking dog! Next time, Fitz, I tell you to bury a body in the marsh. You bury him in the marsh. Not somewhere some guy from John Hancock's goes every Thursday to get his cock sucked. Don't laugh! Don't laugh! This ain't reality TV!
Yo, you seriously watched that shit a little too many times, bro.
I love that. You know why? Because me and my brother, when it first came out,
you need to go on the train and do what I did for Scarface. You got to do it on the J, the same exact spot and everything.
Nah, I could do, a movie I could do the same exact way you did Scarface. I could do Backdraft, word for word, the final scene.
I love Kurt Russell, man. Kurt Russell is always gonna be one of my. And I'm still wanting to get Kurt Russell on Bud and Roach, man.
Russell,
like,
man.
Let's fucking talk.
I let him know, man. Like Backdraft made me cry when I was 5 years old, bro.
Big Trouble in Little China still makes me cry, and that shit's still my favorite movie of all time.
Backdraft made me want to be a firefighter. When I was younger, I wanted to be a firefighter. And it's crazy because my mom will tell you I was petrified of the fire department right there by 291. When I was a kid, man, when they had that bright neon like lime green fluorescent green truck in there.
Yeah.
Yo, I hated walking past that shit because it was I used to go to daycare right there on the same block as Bushwick.
Rob's outside.
As Bushwick, and we had to walk past there every day coming home, and every time it was open and I saw that truck, my nigga, I would have a conniption, I would have a heart attack seeing that shit, son. And it took until one day in the summer, man, I was going crazy, and they saw, and my mother took me inside and let me meet them, and it was like, oh shit, you guys aren't aliens or weirdos. You're actually good people.
All right, now that we got the bullshit out of our system, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 81.
81 on you hoes.
81. And we have 2 guests coming up. We're actually trying a new format tonight. The show's not going to be 3 hours anymore. Yeah, you can pass by. The show's not going to be 3 hours anymore. We realized that 3 hours standing in front of a fucking camera, it takes its toll on anybody. So we're gonna do an abridged version of the Bud and Roach show. It's gonna be 2 hours long. I'm pretty sure we're gonna run over 2 hours.
Yeah,
we always do. But let's aim for 2 hours.
Yeah. We don't have too many shout-outs tonight. Do we have shout-outs? We don't even have, we fell off on the shout-outs, man. But
we got to get back to them.
we got to get back on it. You know what? I'm going to just start tweeting it out. First person to respond to this, you get it.
It's going to get the shout-out.
You get it. Instead of, having Big Rich have to go. Pardon me. Having Big Rich need to go person to person, try to find someone because I did like the way we did it, have somebody call in and do it themselves. It's just the matter of finding the people to do it and having people that want to do it. Even, we tried a few people we thought would do it and it just was bad timing and fell through. So, I mean, when we find someone who we can do it with, I think that'll work. Tranquilo, Logo, look at this fucking guy. What's your name?
Roberto Zuniga's in the house right now.
Brooklyn right now, my nigga.
What's going on, brother?
Nigga got on the beef and broccoli Timbs. Got on the leather bomber right now.
Excuse me,
we have a lot to talk about after the show.
I gotta hide my valuables right now, my nigga. I gotta tuck my chain in.
Yeah, that's real Brooklyn shit right there. But I guess if we shout out anybody, we should shout out the guest that's coming on.
Yes, sir.
Of course, we got Ceasar Rivera.
Extremities ENT.
Like you gotta love the Riveras, man. Like it's like a fucking tag team, man. I need to get them some matching underwears and shit. You already know. So big shout out to the Riveras,
that's
man.
Just weird enough.
Caesar's gonna be joining us at 8:30, and I hope I'm saying this right. Felicia Verna is gonna be joining us at 9 o'clock, and I saw some of her work. I don't know if you saw the links. That she's a crazy model, man. Like the shit that she's putting out right now.
I'm trying to remember where I remember her name from before this. I heard her name somewhere. I can't place it.
It was the Hood Lords. That's what it was.
That's what it was. I'm like, I know that name from somewhere. I just can't place where I remember hearing it. And thank you. I'd have been sitting here trying to figure it out all night. So thank you, sir.
But big shout out to both of them for
this picture on Instagram. That was you?
I told Big Rich. I told him as soon as we went live to just take a snapshot and put it out there. Let him know that we're doing it. And
it looks like we both in the booth. Like I'm trying to sing a little too hard, and you looking at me like,
like what the fuck are you doing?
Like somebody tell this nigga he's not a singer.
But I just want to say a few things. I wasn't able to get the clip because I just got home from work. We had to set this shit up real fast. But this past Saturday, I had went out with Evan Ginsberg, and we took a long ride out to fucking Long Island, and I was on Madhouse TV. On Legends TV, I was out there. I performed. I was repping Bud and Roach. They interviewed me for about Bud and Roach ENT and what we trying to accomplish. So I gotta show a lot of love to Evan, man, because he's always looked out, man. He's always looked out. He gave me my first radio all those years back. I don't even know how many years ago it was. But the people that I was able to meet over there, man, like they have a legit TV studio, and that shit is very inspiring just to see. And there was a bunch of attorneys that run that shit.
Word?
It's a bunch of lawyers, a bunch of
I'm ask right now.
motherfuckers.
Are they prosecutors or defense attorneys?
No idea, but one thing that I do know.
To have money to have your own TV studio, I just want to go out and throw on a limb. They're probably cheeseball defense attorneys. I don't want to sound like a dick either because they might be listening. But defense attorneys, you know, the ones who I want to word this right because I don't want to shit on all lawyers. They're defense attorneys, like public defenders. I respect. There's a public defender who actually I may need to, you know.
Like he's shaking his head. That's prison experience.
Public defender kept me out of the bullshit that almost happened with me. But I feel that for the most part that you know, defense lawyers, man, some of these guys are just like, well, you know, someone's just like you know for a fact they're guilty. How do you like with it? How do you in good conscience?
I don't think they're that type of lawyer.
Like if they're not, I apologize.
They're
right
very
But to have the type of money to fund your own television studio is what I mean. Only one type of lawyer can make that money. Either you run the firm, or you're basically. Here's a great analogy. You're basically, God damn it, man. And I was gonna say Scarface because I couldn't remember his real name, and I was watching him in Heat last night. You're basically Al Pacino from Devil's Advocate.
Okay, I understand the analogy, but there's one dude in particular. I really don't remember his name. I gotta look up his name again. But he came up to me after the interview, after I performed and everything, and he was just like, because a lot of what I said, I was talking about. I'm a big advocate for weed, bro, and I'm not afraid to talk about that shit. So I was there and I was talking my bit. I've been
contemplating going back to school to try to spearhead the fight for weed legalization in New York.
It needs to happen. It needs to happen. It needs to happen,
man. But I just hate school so much.
That's the thing. I don't want to go back either.
I don't want to go back to school, but I feel I need to learn some sort of legal mumbo jumbo gibberish. Whole chicanery.
We just gotta look up a couple YouTube videos, I guess.
Nah, man. I want to really spearhead it. I want to go back on the books. I want to find the law, the law that was written in the 70s that they basically finally started doing now. Was supposed to be a violation if you're in possession of less than a certain amount of grams. But
we need to really know the law.
I personally, I mean, aside from
it's not even just weed, bro. We need to learn the fucking law, especially if we on TV talking this shit.
I mean,
at some point,
I'm pretty sure. I mean, we haven't really slandered anyone. I mean, aside from maybe the president, we haven't really slandered in past presidents.
Aside from Obama,
man, you all know my feelings. And I was about to say it, but I'll say it now, man. Fuck Obama. Like, you all know my feelings on Obama. I'm pissed at myself. I voted for him first term. I'm pissed.
That's the thing. I didn't vote.
I voted.
I was happy that he won.
First term. Nah,
I was happy that he won. I was still working at Guitar Center.
Because you know what? I went through. I was in 8th grade. And I gotta get my homie. I can't remember his name, but the 8th grade social studies teacher from 291. I can't remember his name.
Jeez, you took it like
Mr. Bug. It was something with a B. I can't remember his name, but we were going in about the first election. Bush and Gore, we went in on that like for months. We were going on that. He had us writing papers. We were following it, and we witnessed that. 04 comes around. I'm a junior in high school. Actually, I'm finishing. Well, not even. I was a senior in high school during the 04 election. 4 years later, I'm a senior in high school, and we witnessed Kerry concede while he's winning. We got to eat that. We got to bite that. But my man, Mr. Wildman, again, another social studies teacher, kept us going bang, bang, bang.
Big shout out to Mr. Wildman.
Mr. Wildman, man.
And since you brought up 291, big shout out to Mr. Basalata, man, because every time you brought him a good report card, he'll bring you an autographed picture of your favorite wrestler, man. Remember when my whole wall was filled with them shits?
Yeah, I never had Mr. Basalata, so.
Me neither. I just knew him. I knew him for that.
I had, I was in, but you were you were on the technology side. I was in performing arts.
Yeah, I forgot it was.
So it's different on that side. We had a lot of fun.
Which is stupid that they put me in fucking technology.
Performing arts, my nigga. We had fun on that side, son.
Was Nook in performing arts too?
Nah, Nook was with you.
You sure?
Wasn't Nook?
No, Nook was in performing arts. Nook was not with me.
He wasn't with you in 8th grade.
I was rolling around with a bunch of other niggas.
Yeah, Nook wasn't performing arts.
Yeah,
he was.
I'm telling you.
I remember he had class. I think he had class with Drew.
And rest in peace, Bushwick High School, man, because we saw that shit to the ground.
That shit
Now is not.
That's not Bushwick High School anymore. So it's
Bushwick
campus, man. Like, nah, man, that's not the school I love.
They
man.
divided each floor into different schools. It was like, yo, how stupid is that?
They doing that shit all over the place, man. Like, and it's crazy because they're doing this. It's like you're not changing. Like you can't change where these kids come from. Like, you can make all the changes in the world you want. You try to put them in different curriculums. It's not gonna change where these kids come from, and that's where the problems come from. Like, it's not the school. Like Bushwick, man. A lot of people have come out of Bushwick and done decent shit. Like, we're not doing the greatest shit, but we're doing decent shit. You feel me?
Still, bro, I think we're doing more.
Yeah.
Just think about all the popular people that was the shit in high school, and they all got kids now. Half of them niggas bum dudes. Like, we see them all over Instagram just on the same shit. And how many people from high school have tried to get on this show and yo, I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper. I'm like, yo, is that what you learn in your 4 years of Bushwick? Either go to prison or be a rapper, or go to prison and then be a rapper? Like, there's no other options.
Everybody, yeah. But you know, there are a few people that doing some big things, man. Like I got shout out my boy Santos Garcia, man. I played ball with him a lot in high school. He fucks with Neo. Like, he works for Neo's record label. He's been working for Neo's record label since this kid. You remember him, tall Spanish kid, Santos, with the braids. He works for Neo, man. Like, and he's a jet setter. He's across the globe. Like, it's crazy. When I was at DMB, I ran into him a few times. I was chatting with him before we started this, and then, you know, I was chatting with him about that shit, man. Like, he's doing good. There's a few people that are doing damn good for themselves. What's her name?
Cheese, was I with you the other day when we drove by Bushwick High School and we saw Mr. Sierra and all them?
You saw Sierra?
We saw Sierra. We saw Cortez. We saw a bunch of people.
I haven't seen Cortez. I haven't seen those guys in a minute, man.
Next year's my 10-year reunion. I'm planning to see everybody. I hope Mr. Cody, like, at least.
Nah, man. Yo, you know what, Mr. Cody, man? Cody's my nigga. That nigga never accepted my Facebook friend request, man.
We invited Cody to come on for the Bushwick special that we did a while back. And he said he was going to call and everything, and then he just stopped. He was probably got caught up watching the game or some shit.
Probably, man, watching his fucking shitty Knicks. Yeah, I just took a shot at your Knicks.
I'm going to send him the link to this episode, and I'm going
to
tag the exact point where you said that shit.
You know what? I'm willing to give Cody a shot because I doubt he remembers who I am, man. When I played ball, I wasn't very I was quiet when I played the 1 year I played JV for him. I wasn't very talkative. You know?
I think he'll remember.
Sierra only knew me. You know, Sierra remembered me because, you know, my mom was one of his teachers when she was doing a little teaching thing on the side. So, you know, that's how I knew Sierra. But I miss the shit out of Bushwick.
But I've seen Sierra in the street and he's recognized me. Like,
Sierra's always. The
first thing he'll say was like, "Yo, you got that new Madden?" I was like, "Damn, bro, like you don't change, do you?" Like, shit,
man.
We completely just botched the fucking media.
We botched the whole media section.
But
jump into the media. Let's jump to the media now, man, because we got time. We still got time.
We got some time, so we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, because I want to talk about this thing that happened last week.
Let's do it.
The media.
So, you know, there's a lot going on, but I want to talk about this thing that happened at LAX over the weekend. Was this Friday? Thursday? What day was that happened? I think it was.
I don't even know. All I know is that before I even read the article, I saw a huge amount of people going on social media saying false flag, false flag, false flag, and I was just like, damn. In the beginning, when we first started this show,
you know what? I want to stop there. I didn't see too many people jump on that.
I saw a bunch of fucking people jump on that shit.
I saw a lot of people talk, oh my God, another shooting, la da da. First time, you know, it was crazy because I didn't turn on TV, but I was on my phone. Like I do frequently rotate. I do frequently rotate between some of the mainstream media sites with the other sites I visit. And it was breaking news on both CNN and MSN when I went by. And it said, you know, shooting at LAX. And first thing that jumped in my head is like, clearly. Like first thing that jumped in my head is like, I don't want to read this. You know, we're gonna hear something. You know, story's gonna change a few times. And you know, shockingly, it hasn't yet. Shockingly, but I
haven't even read too much into it, to be honest with you. Like,
Nick A, what's good, brother?
That's Nick?
Yes, SP, man.
Big shout out to Nick, the Subjective Perspective Show, Friday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific.
PS.
8 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
On tsp.butterroach.com.
But it was it's the usual. How when you see this thing, there's all the crazy. Oh God, shots fired, so people running everywhere. You see it, and I didn't see much reporting on it. But the reporting, I haven't seen anything to change because I've been following from the beginning. But the basic story goes, it was a lone gunman. But here's the thing that got me. Here's the thing that they reported in the mainstream media that shocked me. Lone gunman, but he really believes heavily in the NWO agenda. Like there's an agenda going that they're pushing forward for globalization. And he went in there, he was tired about his rights being violated. And like contrary to popular belief, like people think he was just there shooting at random people. Like he didn't target anyone but government employees. Like that.
That's what's crazy.
That's where the difference lies in all these things. And all the ones that are different.
Nuts.
Usually you have these people go, like you have the thing at the a couple weeks ago at DC. Not even the lady who was shooting in the Capitol, the guy who was just shooting on the naval base, who God knows still that, like, it's like that thing just got swept under the rug. They still haven't answered for why there was no clearance at checkpoints for this guy to have to go through to get there. But this guy, he was like, he only targeted TSA. He didn't target at any civilians. Like he may have hit some, I do believe, with not having the greatest aim in the world. He wasn't the special ops team that was alleged to be.
He probably hit less people than the cops did in front of Empire State Building when they just started fucking spraying.
But he shot his way through the airport, made it past the checkpoint. He did kill one person. It was a TSA agent, but everyone there says he was only targeting TSA. But there's still a lot of stuff they don't know. They're reporting that he had a letter on him, and suicide note. The cops shot him, didn't kill him, but shot him through his cheek. I believe he got hit in the cheek. He's in critical condition. He didn't die by the cops who shot him. But he was really
it's a bad place to get shot.
He really I want to pull it up. I'm trying to read this.
Like it went. If that shit would have, imagine it would have just ripped his gums.
Yeah.
How do you really repair gums? Like
I don't know, man. But he really he made it clear, like he's anti-government. He's against the globalization and the path that the NWO is blazing forward. And this led to this. And this is something that wasn't reported. Did you hear about the guy's gun? Who said the guy from DC from the Navy shooting? What his gun said was like my elf gun.
Nah, I ain't see that shit.
It said my elf gun, but it wasn't like elf like you
elf,
think.
like
Keebler elf, like Santa in the North Pole elf. Elf, ELF is like something, E, essentially, I can't remember what the E stands for, but it was like something low frequency. And he was
electronic low frequency?
It was something like, I don't think it was electronic, but it was something to that, along those lines. And it had to do with like the, you saw the Harp, Jesse Ventura episode on Harp.
Oh,
where he had the low frequency.
Did we watch that shit together?
Yeah. And the guy was talking about how that, like, the guy, he felt like people say he felt like just like waves were penetrating his brain. He felt like they were fucking trying to like read his thoughts and taking places. And it was something that he descended into slowly. Like it wasn't like he just out the blue like, I want to go crazy. Like he was looking for help. He thought he was going crazy. He tried to get help. He sought help out, and like it didn't come. And
we gotta find.
Some people lose their minds. Like
there's a specific part in that episode. I think it was that episode or another video that we saw where they said that there's a certain frequency, a certain radio frequency that actually makes people depressed and suicidal.
Nah, I never seen that.
And I saw the video. I believe I saw it with my brother. And
because that's the video where the dude, like, he shows how the way the waves work, where he had the headphones, but instead of you putting the
he put the shit in. He put the shit in.
Nah, he put it like right here. He put it like right here.
And he heard it in his head.
He could hear it in his head. Yeah.
That shit was nuts. That was on the conspiracy theory.
That was on the Jesse Ventura shit, and he showed like even the dude who showed like the little mini, the way Harper works when you had the cloud and he pushed it down with the electricity in the little bottle, showed it on a small scale.
I was talking to people in my job today about Harp, man, and they was like, "Dude, you're fucking nuts, man."
Like I don't like see
like,
you still do that shit. Like I don't discuss it like with people out in the open. Like I don't like if you don't talk about it, I'm not gonna bring it up to you. You enlighten yourself. Like
you don't stand in front of a copy machine for 8 hours with nobody to speak to. So I'll start any conversation. Right? Did you know we're about to die?
Nah, see that's you, man. You don't stop with it. Like for me, like I told you, I gotta take breaks here and there. Like it's like knowing this shit is carrying an obscene amount of baggage.
It is.
An
it
obscenely
is. And there's no
high
way
amount
to go
of
back
baggage.
from it. Once you know, you know. Like there's no not knowing it. When the pill popped in Neo's stomach and he had to throw that shit up and he told Morpheus, "Can't go back now, can I?" He said, "No, but if you could, would you want to?" Exactly.
Like you can't go back, man. You don't. But this shit is, man. Some people like it's different for different people. Like for me, I mean, like I told you, my vindication came, man. For me, where it came with another group of friends. Where I didn't even bring anything up, and somebody said something, and it was like, "Yo, don't get this nigga started. Don't start him up. Don't start him up." And like I was clearly trying to veer away from it. Like I was like, I don't want to talk about it. Like I don't want to discuss it. A lot of people don't want to hear about it. I was like, I have my political views. You have yours. Like I respect your views. I expect mine to be respected. But like we spoke about this before. It was actually one of our first episodes last year, and there was a young lady that she kept asking questions. I'm not like, if you ask me something, I'm gonna answer you the best of my abilities. And to have other people there, like my boy, I got shout him out. My boy cousin Ant and Nat. When it was like, yo, so you believe 9/11 was what they said? It was like, come on, how you look at the building fall? How you look at those explosions, those other explosions, and you don't question it? Like, and to hear that come from them, like, it was like the biggest vindication. Like, people want to learn at their own time. They want to go at their own way. I allow people to do that. Like, I don't argue with them. Like, you want to believe that, go ahead. You're free to. I personally don't. I've let it be known I don't. I let it be known I think people that believe the mainstream story are fucking fools, for lack of a better word.
I think we need to open one of our shows with the speech from JFK, just for the people who haven't heard it.
I mean, we've closed with it like twice, right?
Yeah, but is there actual video or is it just audio?
It's just all. I'm pretty sure if you search and scour, like I don't think you find it on YouTube, but if you search and scour like some of these college websites, or if you know someone who can do that data mining, you can probably find. And I want to say probably because the chances of it are very minuscule. And then at the same time, I'd say someone might try to put just that speech on top of another speech he gave and try to parse it off of the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Bud's word of the day. You surprised the shit out of Rob. He said minuscule. I went, He's like, I gotta Google that shit.
Nah, man. Man, you want to see the words that I come across reading? I'm gonna show you. I gotta show you. Like, I have a dictionary app on my phone.
This man has a fucking vocabulary.
I want you to see the type of words I come across. I want you to tell me if you be able to know any of these words. I know you don't watch. Yo, my nigga.
He's a BET hater.
Look at some of these words.
The anti-T.
Well, these aren't that bad. Look at some of these words
and
tell me if you can
right
figure out what those words are, my nigga. Some of those. I couldn't even figure those shits out. That's why I have a dictionary app. But
I think the speech would affect people more if they saw a picture of JFK while they heard the speech, so that they know who the fuck it is.
You know what it is, though, man?
People don't know the voice.
You know, I want to it's gonna be 50 years this year coming around. 50 years of his assassination, man. I want to do something about that.
50 years already?
It'll be 50 years this year.
Jesus.
That shit.
Was that the word pit? That's why he browses all his words to see which one he's gonna drop on the show.
Fuck out of here. I can't even use any of those words right in a sentence.
I gotta work this word into
looking
the show.
Looking through 48 between 48 Laws of Power and between that goddamn Legacy of Ashes book, bro. Like those words that they gotta learn, man. Like I didn't take my SATs. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have
SATs.
Hell no, nigga. That's why I didn't go to college. Fuck a SAT, man. I'm against it. Nah, real talk. I'm against standardized testing until like people in our position, because we didn't have those classes. Like we didn't have classes like English classes teaching us those words, teaching us that math, teaching us that type of shit. So to give kids just flat out across the country like a test and say standard, you should know this, I think is unfair. And I wasn't. And it's crazy because when I took my PSAT, I missed one part. And I left another part, because you know how they used to give us an English PSAT, and it would be out like over a couple of days during the week. And the dude from Brooklyn College program in Bushwick saw it, and he came to me. He's like, "Yo, man, you scored, man. I didn't even take the other part." He was trying to get me to sign up for all that shit. It's like, I really don't think I'm gonna go to college though. Like I was trying to tell people, like everybody's like, "Yo, you going to college? What you doing after school?" It's like, I don't know, my nigga. Like I have a job already. Like,
I remember going to an assembly in Bushwick. And they had military personnel there, and the dude went on the mic and said, "If you're not going to college, join the military." I was like, "Those are the options."
Those are the options. Get blown the fuck up.
What the fuck?
Or have to pay a shitload of money.
I can't believe
blown
it.
up. Shitload of money.
I was like, I can't
blown
believe
up.
it.
Shitload of money. Blown up. Shitload of money. Man, but it's crazy though, man. But it's insane, man.
Let's pick this. It's already 8:30. We want to bring C's on, so right now we're gonna play a track that he sent us, and we'll be back on the air with Extremities ENT, Nightline Radio's own Ceasar Rivera, and we'll be back right after this.
Check. Tell me what it sounds like. You know what it sounds like.
It's that goodbye remix.
I gotta tell you something, so won't you sit down? 'Cause I gotta tell you something, so baby just sit down. Oh, I gotta tell you something, so baby just sit down here. I gotta tell you something today. No, I met this girl a long time ago. I told her hello, how you doing? My name is Oh. And she looked so beautiful. Then she left me lost for words. And now I found them and it hurts. Wake up from your dream. Wake up, yeah. You was dreaming about me. You know my by your side. I'm down for the ride, but you got me going crazy. I'm going crazy. Yeah.
You heard me, bitch. I tell I don't feel right. Death and destruction is what I have to live with. After the fact that you took my little baby, you fucking crazy lady. I'ma go to another place in a minute, yo. I'm smoking. Don't know what to do 'cause you left me here alone. I don't even know how to love. I had my little son to love 'cause I ain't grow up in my brain. Know what I'm saying? Give me a chance to motherfucking do my thing for my little man. Got me ashamed to say my name 'cause bitch you did me wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Ceasar Rivera, Emma thick on the side.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the B&RS show with the man himself, Ceasar Rivera. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, people?
Yo, you surprised me right now because it wasn't until like today, I think, that you started like sending the track and shit. I was like, you got a track? I was like, this is news to me and shit.
I actually have like about 3 mixtapes worth of out like music and shit.
See, this is interesting shit because I love it when other people do more than one thing. You know, because we do a lot of shit.
Yeah, you'd be surprised of how many people are surprised that I do multiple things other than what you would think.
Word. But that's the industry, man. You gotta be You got to be versatile, man. You can't just do one thing anymore because you got all these people. Everybody want to do at least 3 things. The triple threats and all that.
Oh man, what is this? I can tell you how it goes: rapper, actor, clothing designer. Those are the 3. That's what everybody's trying for.
Not everybody's succeeding though.
You got actors want to rap, rappers want to act, and everybody and their mother designing clothes that are far too expensive.
That's like that. Did you see the video of 50 Cent on World Star trying to cry?
I heard about it, man. What was it? They said he was auditioning for American Gangster.
For American Gangster, and he was trying to cry.
I'd heard about it. I've yet to see it, man.
It's funny.
He cried better in the video. He was making fun of Fat Joe.
Crazy.
It's like they put him under pressure, man. So let's go back a little bit. You know, we obviously know you're down with Extremities ENT and Nightline Radio. How do you get involved with all that?
Well, basically, we could start from the very beginning. I'm from the block, right? I'm from 181 in Mohegan, little block in the Bronx, right near the Bronx Zoo and all that, Tremont and stuff like that. A friend of mine who was running a radio station, it was an FM dial that was 103.6. What was it? Or 106.3 at the time, and it's currently 103.3 FM. That's Roy Radio, and that's where Extremities actually started. Well, I started there first, and Jose, my brother, you know, he's always been into company things, so he put some money together, and he actually got the copyrights and everything to Extremities Entertainment. And I gave him a call and told him, yo, come on, let's go to the radio station. And after that, they picked us up at the internet radio station, and now we're broadcasting off of iTunes Radio, top 40, baby.
Shit, man.
Word mother life, man.
You could tell just by meeting Jose, you could tell that he's an entrepreneur 100%, man. Like every time I see him, he's dressed up fresh to death. He even goes to the dentist before going live on the fucking radio just to make sure
that's the type of man Jose is. And let me not forget that this is also the same man that's trying to run for Bronx Councilman for 2016, you know?
Yo, that'll be fucking huge, bro.
Yo, man, he gets a council seat, man. We gotta change the world, man. Like here's the one you just talked about, and we spoke about it in the beginning of the show. I don't know if you heard us. I mean, the one thing I still feel this city needs is marijuana legalization, man. I want to put a team together, and I want. And I'm gonna start advertising. I want people that are hungry to work on this and just get the numbers together. What the stats would look like as far as the economy. If you had,
I mean, I'm pretty sure like Jersey's not too far, and they have it. It's legal over there. You can get medical marijuana.
Yeah, you can get medical marijuana
card over there.
On the eastern seaboard right now. From let's count the tri-state area. In the New England area, the basically the I'd say what we want to call it the northeastern seaboard, the only 2 states out of the 6-7 on this side without it right now, us and New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Rhode Island,
it's sad too.
PA,
sad.
New Jersey, Connecticut, all those places have medical marijuana and it's decriminalized. Except for New York and New Hampshire. New Hampshire, I have no idea why. It's in the middle of West Bubblefuck. It's a beautiful area. I would love to smoke a J and sit at the lake in New Hampshire any time of year.
You know what we need to look up? We need to look up the before and after crime rates of when it's illegal and when it's just allowed and shit.
I mean, we already have that.
Put those numbers against any other drug.
We already have those numbers with the drop in California. Where California, once they stop prosecuting it, we were talking about it with Nick earlier this year. It's like they saw like a 60-something, I think it was 66 or 67% drop in their numbers when they stop arresting people for marijuana and holding them for that shit. It's like it was a ridiculous drop. If I look through my notes right now, I can find them. I'm not going back to like week 40 right now. But we discussed.
So, boys, you know what we need to do then, right? We have all this information. We need to come out with a little short documentary or something talking about why we should legalize it in New York State or something. Because you know, we got ties to a bunch of heavy hitters like the Golden Globes, and matter of fact, one of my friends that's in the studio right now hooked me up with another friend of mine who is presenting a film at the Tribeca Film Festival. Here.
You see, these are the people we need to get with, man. Because
yeah, we
they
do.
obviously have the end.
I really, that's something that's, and even like I haven't even been smoking that long. Like I tell everybody, like I smoke. My first time burning, I was 19 years old. The first time I burnt, I didn't get high. It just burnt the fucking shit out of my throat. I told my boy, I think you just got shit weed. Like I wasn't like you would expect. You'd have a feel. You'd know the different feeling of yourself. You would know it. I didn't get high. My throat just itched, and I couldn't stop coughing. I didn't feel any different. The second time I
smoking
burnt
over there right now. You coughing in the back?
Yeah.
It's like
the second time I burnt though, I got lit. I knew it, and from that time I fell in love with it. I didn't do it as often. I didn't become a regular smoker on a regular basis until my 22nd birthday, and then from there, that was actually a few months after that was when I first burned with you. Was when we burnt over there. When
I remember
first
that day.
Storm. That was one of the best days.
Rest in peace, Storm. That's my old pit bull. She passed
Storm,
away.
There's been a void in my life.
But the first time that Bud and Roach smoked together, she rubbed her pussy on his leg while we was watching
and one mixtape.
It was
an
an
volume
mixtape.
4 or 5.
It was the one with Ali Mo. Rest in peace. And he was freaking out. He's freaking out. He got the blunt in his hand. He's like, "Yo, get her pussy off of me."
Nah, nigga, like, at first, like, she's a big. First off, let me paint the picture for y'all, because he just made it seem like I was like a little bitch. It's a big ass dog. I'm not a big dog. If the dog ain't friendly, I don't know the dog. I don't fuck with dogs. This is a big ass, like, before I met her, big ass, mean ass, barking ass pit bull. Like, she's like, I get to the crib, you get to the door, and all of them, like, here and there. I'm like, yo, my nigga, you didn't say it was a dog. She's like, yo, just be cool, nigga, let's smell you, nigga. But don't touch her. Like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I gonna do, nigga? Like, yo, she sniffed me. I'm trying to pet her, be nicer. And then, like, out of nowhere, she went mad far away from me and didn't come back until, like, after we had smoked already, like, 2 or 3, like, 2 blunts already. We smoked another one. She comes, she's sitting next to me, and she just started rubbing her ass on my leg. But, like, it wasn't like she was just
throwing
doing
it back,
a little bit.
Miley Cyrus.
Like, she was really going in on my leg. And I'm like, yo, my nigga, like, yo, what's going on right now? Like,
she twerked on him.
I was, and then I'm high as shit, so I'm still trying to, I'm like, yo, my nigga, like, I don't want her to bite me, man, but we was good money after that, man.
She was twerking pitbull pussy.
Wild boys over there.
Yo, man.
That's good times though, man. Good times, man.
We had a good time that night, man. We got high, and you know you're having fun and you're enjoying yourself. Where even whatever you're watching, you're not paying attention to, or you're paying too much attention because you're watching people in the background. And we were making fun of motherfuckers' clothes in the background, their hair, everything.
Yeah, we was looking at the audience. We completely disregarded the basketball game and was just picking people out at the stupid shit they was wearing to the basketball game.
We went in. We had mad fun watching that shit. We went in on that shit.
You know, since we started doing Bud and Roach, we've been able to get some amazing guests. Even tonight's guests are all amazing people, but when it comes to like just iconic guests, you know, I've been telling a lot of people that we started this year off. And I'm very proud to say we had Jaleel White, and I think that was the perfect way to start the show. So, who has been like the most influential people that you guys have had on Extremities?
Oh man, there's so many people that I can name right now. But our very first show that we did at Nightline Radio, we had Boo City of the Coke Boys come in, and basically we ranked number 1 over there at Nightline, stepping in at least 2 to 3 weeks in a row. I think it was 2 weeks. Let me not.
And there's a lot of shows over there.
2 weeks in a row, number 1. But oh man, so many different people. Like, we still got people that's lining up. I mean, one of my best friends right now, Mr. HBO. I don't know if you know him or not. Like I said, he should be sitting over there. I can hear his laughter in the background.
Mr. HBO, I know who you're talking about.
We know who you're talking about.
He's always a hell of a guest on our show. Like, you know, I call him Mr. HBO. Y'all know him as Roberto.
We know him as Roach HBO.
He's always fun, right?
Roach HBO.
That's the thing. When Rob's in the studio, you know it's gonna be nuts when Rob's around.
Supposed to be coming in. I mean, and y'all fellas, anytime y'all coming in, y'all shut it down, man. I'm happy that y'all boys has actually got this shit video now, and it's kind of weird for me to start. I got to get used to the uncensory because, you know, on my show, you know, we try to keep it a little but over here, we're like, whatever, nigga.
Man, yeah, that's going to be amazing. Like, that's a big transition to make, man. Going from knowing you can't curse to just being free willy nilly or having to switch it up
And
the other way.
with me saying that, let me give another big shout out to my baby girl, Lady Ange, because you know
Oh,
she give it up
yes.
all day, every day. My
Yes.
Wonder Twin.
That woman right there, she's like right now our number one contributor to the blog burningbabylon.com, and the stuff that
Wow,
she
that
sends
lady.
in is just so personal, and that's what I love about it so much. It's not even that it has to do with saving the world or educating people on what's going on with this. It's just her, and the fact that she's putting herself out there the way she is, and she's not afraid to. And she's just a beautiful personality, man.
Yeah.
That should just...
That's the thing I was just about to say. I was just about to touch up on that subject right there. Everybody at extremities is themselves. Like Jose, that's who he is. Like me, like you see the wild boy, and this is me. Lady Ange,
Exactly.
like we don't recommend her to be anything else than what she already is. Same thing with FX, our DJ. You know what I mean? Everybody is just themselves, and we all mash up, and everybody brings something to the table.
And you guys working, man. Obviously, you know, last time I was over there, I think I was over there, Rob. That was the day that I went to that we had the Johnny Gersimo cancer fundraiser.
Oh, that was some crazy shit, man. Cause you guys had one of my friends over there early in the day. Like she was over there in between your shit.
For real?
Yeah, the one who came in who I was talking to.
Oh yeah,
left.
yeah.
That's the same thing. Like we over here in I forget where in somewhere in Brooklyn. I bump into my guy over there, and we just so happened to jump into Jen Awesomeness, R&B singer
that's
that
what I'm
is
talking about.
so
That's what
happened
I'm
to
talking
know
about,
the
Jen.
guy for many years and shit.
I knew Jen for a
shit's
minute. I knew
crazy.
Jen when I was I met Jen. I think I was 20. No, I wasn't even. How was I? I think I was 19 when I first met Jen. I wasn't even 20 yet. I was 19 because I was already. Well, I don't want to go into it, but I was 20 after the fact. But I think I met her when I was 19, man. I knew Jen for a minute, bro. She could fucking sing. She was
You see how the boy move around? We all over the place, man. I'm from the Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm in Brooklyn, Queens, all over. Let me mention one more thing. Let me not forget to mention this. You know what I mean? My brother Jose Rivera, CEO and president of Extremity Entertainment, has a script, and that script supposedly is not everything's not finalized, but Roberto's supposed to be the lead character playing my brother.
Yeah.
In the film.
I spoke to Jose about it. You know, Rob's been telling me about it for a while. That he wants Rob to basically play him as to what the fuck happened in his life and shit. And that's something, you know, we got a project right now going on. I guess we should just plug real quick. We got Just Brooklyn.
Just Brooklyn.
You, of course.
Oh man, I was waiting for somebody to tell me I was about to start filming that soon.
With Harry B. Sando, man. Like Harry B. He's
my guy Harry.
The best of the best, man.
Sando pictures, man. It's gonna be epic, man.
So right now we working on that, but you know, Rob's always. That's the thing that I love about Rob too. We said this a couple shows ago. The fact that every time you speak to Rob, he's doing something different. Like his portfolio just keeps growing.
Rob is everywhere. We trying to it's not official again. Let me say that again. It's not official, but we're working with Rob extremely heavy because we're trying to get him actually a deal. I can't even say the name yet. I won't say the name yet, but it's a clothing line, and like you said, everything goes hand in hand. Like we're an entertainment company, and it's not just music. It's not just bloggers. It's not just actors. It's everything.
The smartest and most successful entrepreneurs are the ones that understand how to branch their brand out into other things successfully.
I might as well say it. Rockaware, you know what I mean, reached out. You know what I mean? They're trying to get Roberto to sign a contract, or we gotta shoot down to DC.
This is news.
This is news to us. We didn't know about this. I'm upset you didn't tell me about this.
Some of the things that people won't realize that Extremities is a part of and affiliated with.
That's nuts. That's fucking nuts.
And it so happened to be that the Chanel turn-up event, your boy should have been there. But there was a lot of heavy hitters over there. You should have been there, boys. And that's where everything happened. All the magic happens at certain events. I hope y'all got something that I could go to soon so I could take a couple of, some footage and broadcast it on my show because we show y'all boys a bunch of love.
Oh, of
we
course,
love
of course.
But in Roach show all day.
And it's like right now we have a few things that we're working on, without giving up away too much information. We touched on the fact that
New Year's Eve.
Your show is more censored than our show.
New Year's Eve.
And New Year's Eve, we're going to talk about that in a second. But right now, it's in the works. And I know the big shout out to Eddie Duran. I know he texted me, he said he was going to tune in. Right now, we got to offer the AM show. They want us on AM radio at 1:30 in the afternoon on Saturdays. Like, good
My
spot.
boys is up.
That's rich white road
let's
trip.
let's give a round of applause.
Old school Republican money right there.
And,
Hold
and
on, let me put my stuff down and let me give you one too. Let me give you one too, man.
And it's like the hardest thing for us right now is the fact that we know that for that 1 hour a week, we can't curse. And it's like, yo.
I do what I always do, nigga. Get it all out before I go in.
At least I got a little practice on our show.
I was like, yo, that's what we got to do. We got to go to Nightline a few times, just run the whole hour without saying the curse.
Nah, y'all know, y'all more than welcome. Every Friday,
a whole hour
from 4 to 8,
like
Extremities ENT, we broadcast a 4-hour show. And we give
you guys
it
do
up.
it big, man.
We give it in.
And that's what's funny.
Let me throw in the other plug. Let me throw in the
Go ahead, plug it up.
Sure, guys, that's with us because we broadcast the show and they come every Friday now. That's Aggressive Sports, Combat Sports Championships.
I called them while they was there.
That's the MMA shit, right? I want to go see one of those MMA matches, man. I want to.
Well, the next event that we're gonna be covering is November 30th, and y'all boys let us know and we'll put y'all on.
So why don't we go? All of us go together. We all shoot a video together, both companies, and we both play that shit on the show. We do it.
We could do a mashup. We're a remote broadcasting station. We could pack up our stuff, go to your place, broadcast right there, double frequencies live.
Jose's
announcer.
He's the announcer. Like
he just might be announcing. Somebody must have told you that in your ear. He just might be announcing one of the main events for the night. Yeah, like a
you
already know. Situation.
Ladies and gentlemen,
give it up
for our main event.
That shit
in the octagon.
I need to see this. I need to be there.
Like
that'd be crazy. Jose as Bruce Buffer.
In the ring and give it up just like that. Like
so you
brought up. I don't know how I know he's thinking about it. I know he's dreaming about it.
I know he's gonna do it. I know he's gonna do it. And he's probably gonna tell everybody right before the show that it's not gonna happen, just so he can surprise everybody when he just walks into the fucking octagon and does it. And
even if we could have told them the last event that we did for them that was November 28th. We could have did it then. Jose got there a little late. He didn't do it. You know what I mean? This type of shit isn't planned. It just so happens
organic.
to fall
shit just happens
into our lap, and we grasp at the situation, and we go hard.
Nuts.
When we put all our minds together, like Lady Ann's, DJ FS, he plays with the music, and me that I pretty much do. I don't know how many different things.
You
I'm
do
like
it all,
street
brother.
team. I'm A&R. I'm a manager. I could be a promoter. I'm booking shows for people. So, like, let's get it. Like, however, and the clothing line. Let me not forget about that. You know what I mean? There's so many different clothing lines that I'm about to be affiliated with, including Coke Boy GBK. You know what I mean? I don't want to forget the name Extremities Entertainment, of course. Like I created that, and I won't, not created the name or anything. I'm talking about the clothing line.
So you're doing it big, brother. You trying to get this bread from every different avenue, man. I think that's the smartest way to approach shit.
It's like I was saying about the choices and stuff. Well, I'm the type of person that took both pills, the blue and the red pill. Like I took both.
Shit, you got it burgundy.
I'm living the reality. Like I'm real, because you know that y'all bumped into me and y'all know who I am. I'm real, and at the same time, I give it up like a superstar. If you didn't know me, you would think I was like crazy, but I'm just a regular old dude from the BX. You know what I mean? I ain't go to school.
We all a bunch of old heads, man.
I'm just living my dream. I love doing what I do.
There, but we're not old yet.
We old, man.
It's better than picking up a gun and popping somebody in their face. You feel me?
No, I understand that. I think about that shit every day. But
Oh man,
I'm glad you brought up the combat sports.
That's how I
though.
try to keep it around my circle. Everybody in my circle is positive, but it could get ugly in a second, and that's just old stuff. Like
That's all it is,
we don't
bro.
want
Gotta
that.
keep G's
We
with you,
just want
man.
to say everything positive. Like
And without giving out too much info about this specific topic that I'm gonna tell you about right now, since you brought up combat sports, and we're gonna try to head out and see this MMA shit. I made a promise. By the end of next year, I'm not talking about this year. We're already at the end of this year. By the end of next year, and I can only speak for myself because I spoke to Bud about it, and I don't know if he wants to go in exactly the way that I want to go in. But you're gonna see me in the wrestling ring. You're
y'all
gonna
trying
see
to
me.
get trainers and all that.
You're gonna see. No, I want to take over a wrestling organization. I want to be the next Eric Bischoff. I want to write
You
my
serious?
storylines.
You
when
wanna
we were
be
having that conversation,
like
I
that?
told you I'd much rather run my own professional sports team. So I don't know. I mean, I'll take a minor league team. I'll take a low league team at this point. Pee wee football,
I take a wrestling school.
a youth soccer team, anything at this point.
Oh man, yo, boys, everything you're talking about, like, there's so many people that would appreciate guys like y'all.
We tryna
Especially
do
if y'all
this
gonna
shit, man.
y'all affiliate with some youth, like young guys that's willing to put in the work. Especially, there's a lot of kids out there that they need something to stay out of trouble. And they could probably
Exactly.
use
So they can come
some
train with us.
influential guys like y'all.
Be the Rock from Gridiron Gang.
You
I
know
wanna
what I
be the
mean?
Rock
And
from
everything
WWF.
you said, well, Roach said wrestling, and Bud said, well, anything from soccer. I heard soccer. I heard baseball. I heard
Yeah, anything.
basically. Man, you know how many people that we know that are looking for guys to step up and put their time and effort into helping like kids and stuff.
Yo, so let's make
And
this shit
possibly
happen.
learning themselves, because
I want to get suplexed. I want to go through a table.
Roach, you don't look like a wrestler.
Only you have
Listen.
to bulk the fuck up.
Listen,
Like
it's
even
not-
even right now, like you're gonna have to add some bulk, bro. To
I'm
wrestling.
willing to do it. I'm willing to drink the creatine shakes. I'm willing to go the length with this shit because
I'm telling you, if you want to do it the right way, like I know some real good trainers, and you could basically be training to. It could be
Robbie's
more
laughing.
than just wrestling. It could be multiple things. Because when you in any type of sports, you need to be versatile.
see, Rob's making comments right now because I used to work with him, breaking down and building offices and shit. And I've had pieces of furniture fall on me and just I'm like in that commercial, help! I'm falling and I can't get up. It's like fuck out of here, bro. Give me till March. I'm like Brock Lesnar, bro. Watch.
You better get that Barry Bonds. You want to look like Brock Lesnar, nigga.
Watch.
Better get on that A-Rod, nigga. You ain't got a lot of time, son.
Shit,
Breaking news.
nigga, juicing up heavy for that one.
Bud and Roach
I'm gonna
no
tell you,
more.
I'm on fucking steroids.
Bud and Roach is no more as Roach collapses of a heart attack with needle marks in his ass cheek.
Oh man.
He said the disproportionate size of his biceps may have caused his heart to explode.
I want my bicep to get so big that it shit just falls to the side. It should just like one.
I
You gotta
think
have
at that
trouble
point it's a
wiping
health
your ass, boy.
concern.
You gotta have trouble wiping your ass.
You won't be able to, you got to
shit.
turn it.
Oh my god! But yo, C's, we gotta get together, man. We gotta start talking to this serious business, man, because we got a new year coming up. We want to do bigger and better things. So right now,
Man.
just tell the people where they could find you, man.
Man, Ceasar. And first of all, my name is Ceasar Rivera. I'm the A&R of Extremities Entertainment. And on Facebook, Caesar Still Fly Rivera. Instagram and Twitter, Caesar Rivera 181. And I'm all over the place. Like, we everywhere. You never did.
Yeah, that's
like,
exactly what I was gonna
you
say.
feel me? The pictures speak for themselves. If y'all guys follow me on Instagram
shit.
or Twitter or Facebook, I really don't type too much. Like, the pictures speak for themselves. Like, I ain't got time to be saying what I'm doing and who I'm with, man. Sometimes I just give my phone to whoever I'm with and be like, hey, you type in your information. Cause I be too
picture
tired.
says
Look at my
1,000
face,
words.
like, for real. Look at my face.
And 1,000
But
pictures.
I wanna give a shout out to y'all boys, man. Y'all guys is doing it heavy. But a Roach show all day.
We trying, brother.
You know what I mean? they could catch the Extremity show on www.nightlineradio.com. You know what I mean? iTunes Radio Top 40. Scroll down, Nightline Radio. Be up there, baby. I want to give one more shout out to the girl that's coming in right after me. I definitely gonna get her in for an interview. Y'all boys got her before me.
Yo,
I love y'all boys to death, man. We like a big family, though. We like a big family.
That's all it is, brother.
I'm gonna definitely talk to Jose about what y'all talking about, and let's see if we can collaborate on some crazy show, just us all together. Let's do it.
So let's make this shit happen, brother. So, yo, one big shout out once again to Ceasar Rivera, Jose Rivera, Lady Ange, everybody at Extremities, everybody at Nightline Radio, man. We love you guys, and we're going to see you guys real soon. So with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to bring on the next guest, and we're going to keep it going with the Bud and Roach Show. You guys already know.
Out.
Later.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Bud and Roach Show, and right now we gotta bring on our next guest. And being that she's an amazing model, we needed some amazing music to accompany her. So of course we gotta drop some body snatcher shit, man. She's in the house right now. We got Roberto Zuniga in the studio, and we just over here.
You ain't even know.
We doing it. So right now, we're gonna play this track. You guys already know, "Feel It," featuring Natasha Bassez, and we'll be back with Felicia Verna after this.
Word.
Should I deal with this mistake just to feel your love all over? These emotions make me weak, and they just keep on getting stronger. I'm already in too deep. How do I keep from going under? Feel yeux, comme ils sont beaux. Et si bleus, comme je t'adore, j'en peux plus. Regarde-moi dans mes yeux.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the B&RS show. You heard the beautiful voice in the back with Felicia, Verna. What's going on?
Hi guys, how are you?
We're doing fantastic. It's always nice to hear a woman's voice on the show, man. It adds like
thank you.
it's like sazón
Thank
con
you for
achiote.
having me.
See, and then
I
you just
kinda
went too
have
far.
a
Had to take it
little
ethnic.
deep, raspy, sexy voice.
It's very
It's
nice.
after 9 o'clock.
That's
You know
it.
what?
That's
Women
we got it by 7 minutes.
If I can say something, every woman can't pull off the raspy voice, man. Some of them, how you doing? Some of them, no. Some of them can get it right, like you
Some of
do
them
right
sound
now.
like Bane.
Well, Bud and Roach. You try to just mellow yourself out and be cool, calm, and collected. Have good vibes and energy. But thank you guys so much for having me. And
Thank you for coming on the show. Well, wait,
I'm
these
honored.
guys are doing the
Am I
handshake.
number 3?
Right now, you're number 1.
You're number 1.
Numero
Okay.
uno.
Numero uno. So this is how we do it.
This
So-
isn't for you, Felicia. Just so you know, I'm giving the finger to someone off.
Yeah, we
screen.
got somebody just came in the studio right now, flashing a brand new Call of Duty, and there's a lot of hatred going around the studio right now.
Wow, why are they hating?
It's family hatred though. It's all right. Get a shot of that. You guys got a shot of
It
that?
takes a special asshole, man. Like, I can't afford none of this
That
shit right now.
is-
This
that
is like the
is
6th
very
new game he's
asshole,
brought.
like,
It's a very asshole thing to do. But
Rub it in your little brother. Rub it in your little brother's face. They can't afford a new game.
First of all, who brought you the last call?
So I want to say hi
You did.
to Roberto. I know
Roberto,
that he's in
she's
the
saying hi to you
studio.
right now.
And thank you very much, Papi.
She said thank you,
She
Papi.
said, "Thank you very much, Poppy." Like she put the immaculate fucking accent on it.
He's blushing. He's blushing over here. He's
blushing.
Yeah.
I know him way back from Hood Lords, so
That's okay. That's a perfect place to start the conversation.
yeah.
Obviously, we knew that he was a part of something called the Hood Lords, and then we was waiting for a trailer for a long time, and then when the trailer dropped, I was like, "Yo, is this Hood Lords or is this like Six Flags Halloween Fest and shit?" Like,
Oh no.
because it was like
Oh,
it's a bunch
you
of
know
masked
what?
men shooting fake guns. I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah, man.
And then he was like
Things
shirtless
happen.
everywhere.
Yeah, you're like shirtless with a gun in every promo picture I
What
saw.
hood is this? Must be
Things
Bensonhurst.
happen and people move forward. So since then, both Roberto and I have been able to build and move forward. And right now, I'm currently, of course, working on my modeling career. I've been modeling for 5 years. It'll be 6 years come January. And I'm having a lot of fun. I'm meeting a lot of people, networking, learning a lot of lessons because I actually get myself out there and I'm hands-on with my career. I've worked with agencies, but as far as everything goes, I'm the CEO of my own brand, Allure Zion, and I am my brand at the end of the day. People should
Just
never
like Bud
get
and
that
Roach.
misconstrued. Just like Bud and Roach is their own brand.
But that's
Congratulations,
where
guys,
the
on the
success
show.
is. I believe that you got these brands that you start off, and then it gets to the point where the brand becomes bigger than you. Like Jordan has no say as to what the fuck goes on with Jordan anymore.
Nah, yes, he does. He has everything to say.
No, he
is one
doesn't.
of the only Nike athletes.
He doesn't.
Hey,
You
but
can look
he
this
just,
shit
yeah,
up.
he just they use his
Stockholders
name
say
and they
what the
come
fuck
up
happens
with whatever
with
they want to
Jordan.
come up with because people, the thirst will go out, and that's a whole
I
nother
need to see some
topic.
proof on that.
They
man,
will
'cause-
go out and buy something just because of the brand. They don't care about the quality of it. But that's a whole nother intellectual conversation.
Oh yeah, that's another
Oh,
interview.
man. Well, that's
completely.
just. I mean, that is. While it's good business for the people selling it, it's just bad. I mean, I think bad basic buying habits from people, consumer habits, that you'll take a higher price, less efficient goods
Yeah.
than paying You're just paying basically for a label. People pay for the label on the same
and
exact
they try to
jeans.
blame it on the recession, but it's really just greed because they're outsourcing things, and I deal with it all the time when I do go with fashion, because I can get something at Mandy's and it's equivalent to something that I would get at BB in Nordstrom. It's the same quality of material.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I am an Old Navy type of person.
Me too. Old
But
Navy, H&M.
you two saw this summer, man.
That's
I'm
what
a
makes fashion.
I'm a Burlington Coat Factory fanatic. Like, I go in there and the same shirt I would get in Macy's, the same regular T-shirt that would cost me $45, I get a Burlington Coat Factory for $12, and I am pleased because I get that same shirt in like 3 colors.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You got to be able to get colors. Gotta be able to
match it, man. It's consumerism, man. Is I don't know, man.
This is the dumbest thing that I've seen in person, and you know the person. I'm not gonna say. I'll tell you his name afterwards because he's
I think when you describe it, I'll get it.
It's he was all right. You know, I have history with people in the Jehovah's Witness religion. It was one dude who basically he became like the P Diddy of the Jehovah's Witnesses. You're talking about. He was throwing parties every day. And he was doing. I'm like, you're supposed to worship God, nigga. Like,
yo.
And he went, and I went with him one time, and he went to Saks Fifth Avenue. He was throwing a boat ride. And he spent over $100, I think it was like $120 on a blue belt. But what made me laugh the most was the fact that when we got to the party, his shirt was covering the belt. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
No.
Like, he was like, yo, but at least I know.
Nah,
I saw that same belt on Knickerbocker.
Egotistical gratification. But yeah, throughout my modeling career, I've been able to learn a lot, and you can find out more information about me on my website. That's allurezion.com, and that's allure with an E, ELLURE, ZION. Or you can find me on Instagram at Felicia Verna, FELICIA VERNA, and just, reach out. Right now we're looking for hair sponsors, and we're working on the next year's stuff, and we have a lot of good sponsors on board, Elan Regime, Airport, so we're just looking to make great, credible press and media for the masses.
Being that obviously you have great work, we've seen your work on the website, and everything that you do is professional. One of the basic epidemics that I'm seeing, especially in America today, is the fact, this is something that we was both screaming about right before we came live on the air, that JWoww and Snooki have their own show again.
Oh, God.
And when people like that, these reality stars that try to transition and say, I'm a model. Posing in front of a camera doesn't make you a model.
No, but idiots signing them.
That what?
Idiots signing them.
I don't consider it to really be reality TV.
Oh, it's not
I don't
reality.
consider anything on reality that's considered reality. Maybe the Deadliest Catch, some of these Alaskan wildlife fishermen, Tribune, whatever, and then these craziest shows was like real
Rest in
jobs.
peace, Steve Irwin.
But these reality shows, Love and Hip Hop,
right now, I feel like
crap.
it's more reality than our conversation right now. I feel like it's more.
This is reality.
This is real because it's real people talking about real shit. It's not some waxed up, tanned up, gold bronze spray trying to explain their life.
Before, yeah, I wish I could have joined in on your conversation. He's super dope. So when you go to the concert, make sure you reach out and bring me too, because he's dope and he's smart. That's what Allure Zion is about: enlightening, uplifting, and motivating people to want to do better and think outside what we've been thinking. And yes, a lot of people do say that they're models, and a lot of people do get recognition at a lesser quality, I feel like, than a lot of people's work. Not just my work, but a lot of people's work. But it's also the taste. People settle for less, and people say, oh, you can be a model, oh, you're a model. Well, part of becoming a model is believing, or becoming anything is believing, but also looking at who came before you or the things that are better than you.
Exactly.
Like, look at Allure. Don't look at ratchet booty modeling. What's the difference between black models right now, these booty models, and Hottentot? where they displayed my poor African American sister because of her voluptuous body. What is the difference between that and chicks popping their pussies down the pole? Don't get me wrong. Every now and then it's great to go to the strip club and just have fun, but every now and then type of thing, like, you know, I don't knock the strippers. I have fun with them. I love them. But what is the difference? We degrade our bodies as women, and then men are like, oh, yeah, cool. They want more of it, so they're going to tell you whatever. And if you don't love yourself enough at the end of the day, no matter what situation you've been through, you got to pull it together and say, I love myself enough not to look like Ratchet. But I look like Beyonce. I look like Michelle Obama. You know what I mean? You don't have to be your own person, but you have to have a standard, and our standard is very low in America.
It just feels like the first step.
I don't think it could have been put any better. I don't know.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
I don't think that could have been put any better though. The way you just said that. The bar has been lowered so far. That I mean, it's really.
It's at the point where just downloading Instagram on your phone is launching model careers.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and people will hate because you have a professional model picture, and they'll love you if you have just a regular basic picture.
A basic picture in your hallway, filtered the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know, people, and you know, it's not knocking. It's like, okay, that's what you want to do. Don't call yourself a model, sweetheart. You know, because models, I mean, models have to work hard, man. It's not an easy job, and I think a lot of people think, okay, I can just take a picture, put a pretty face, and call it. And I feel like it's the same with the way you say. You have to know the history. You have to know who came before you, what came before you. Is the way I feel when I hear people talk about, like, because I mean, I tell jokes, but I don't call myself a comedian. A lot of people, I feel like you know, people feel they just do it once and then, all right, I'm there, I got it, I earned it. No, you have a ways to go to earn that title. I feel like with anything you do, you should want to earn the title. You shouldn't just want to step on and be like, okay, I'm the hottest actor in the game, all right, I'm the greatest rapper in the world. Like, that's something you should earn. You shouldn't even call yourself a rapper until you feel like you've earned it, until you know, all right, I'm a rapper now. Because
exactly,
you know what I'm saying. And a lot of people don't do that. They want to skip every step and just be there, and that's not the way it works.
Well, that's the microwave fast food society that we have, but also fast food is not good for you. Fast food will deteriorate your body.
It's disgusting.
So we need to be more organic, spiritually, mentally, physically, and everything that we do, and we need to revert back to grassroots. I believe about a lot of concepts. America has this bully, belief, and they think that they
are the shit. They're the superpower.
Yeah. And they're not. And we're bullies, and we're a lot of other things. And we like to pinpoint the finger, but we have a lot of problems, things that we should fix. But that's part of what I do, and that's educate people. I'm not just a model. I have a brain, and that's what makes me a threat to people, because a model with a brain is more threatening than a model with a physical features.
Just look at how mainstream America has belittled people in the modeling world. Just look at films like, and I know there's a lot of subtext in it and shit, but look at Zoolander. Like Zoolander,
I've never seen the whole Zoolander. That movie didn't appeal to me. It didn't look like it was funny.
It really made models look like a bunch of fucking idiots that just stand there, and that's why people download Instagram and think that all you got to do is be an idiot and just point the camera at yourself and do it. Like just the photo that we used for the flyer. The photo that we used for the flyer, that I think is the most raciest photo that we've ever used, but it's the most tasteful photo that we could have possibly used for you, because we got other people that really, like, they trying to get on the show and they send selfies in the fucking in the bathroom. Like, you didn't even flush this fucking toilet. Like, we could see that. You want that on the flyer?
It's so funny. I'm looking for hair sponsors right now, and you have these companies that are like, oh, I saw hair, and they have selfies of people. I'm like, dude, send me 3 packs of hair. I can make my own piece and get you professional pictures so you don't have to have selfies, and you don't want to send 3 packs of hair. Well, how can I take you serious?
It's like people completely forgot that professionalism is sexy, and
professionalism is sexy, man.
It's not not our standard.
It's not about the twerk.
We have to stop accepting
the popping of the pussy, like you said before. Like, if you could walk into a room and be the classiest bitch in the room, then you got everybody's attention. everybody's attention, especially if you don't even have to say a word. You don't gotta walk in the room and be ratchet like some of these people.
No, not at all. And that's how I'm able to move and do the work that I do and keep my vagina clink, because I don't play that. And a lot of people try to come for me, but as soon as they realize that they're not going to get it, then it's forget you. And I'm like, keep on moving, honey. See, and it's so interesting on the other side, especially as a female, because people feel entitled. And you have to shut that down.
You're supposed
not
to give me
entitled
pussy.
to anything.
You know who I am? I'm Jermaine Dupri. It's just like, what?
That is a name I have not heard in quite some time.
Like, I know where that came from.
They said Jermaine Dupri.
The spirit of Jermaine just smacked me in the back of the head. It's like, say my name. Give me some promo.
No. So, what's for you is for you, and what's not is not. And you have to learn how to keep it moving and to ignore negative energy. It's a lot of negative energy. It's real life vampires out here, and they suck your energy.
Oh, that's the thing. They're not even after the blood. They're after the soul.
They want your spirit.
Your energy.
They
like, they
soul.
just want to drain the hell out of you. Like, get out of my face.
You don't need that shit.
They want to fire you through text for what they did wrong. Personal shot.
Bud was fired via text recently.
Man, that's neither here nor there. It just because
that just shows the lack of professionalism in America.
Yes, but
today.
in 3 days working there, that place drained my spirit. I was beat. Like, it wasn't even 3 whole shifts. Like, and it was just the amount of, I don't want to say stupidity, but the very low level of
that was the
professionalism.
word you used in the text.
What place was this?
I don't want to call them out, but they're like a chain like Claire's. They sell jewelry and handbags and such. And it was a terrible venture from the beginning. Even though I had made up in my mind I was gonna walk away the day I got the text. You prefer to do things on your terms.
Fuck it, like. But that all goes back to professionalism.
It was very unprofessional. That was the one thing I could take away. It was very, even though, I mean, everyone wasn't there, but the person who should have been the most professional was by far the least. And
it's just remind me of my days.
It's the way shit happens. It's the way shit happens.
My days, I used to sell shoes.
That's a job, and that's why I encourage people to find out what they really like, but what's their purpose, and do it. Because that waking up every day, people don't realize that they're still slaves.
Oh, that's
we're probably
the new
more.
slaves.
We're stuck to a system. We have access to so much, and I think that it's kind of funny sometimes because we're not even as smart as the Egyptians. We cannot still replicate what they did in Egypt.
Oh, we can't.
What they did in Peru. All these places, but we have all this technology.
With these people, without what you said is very true. With things, we'll never know the type of technology that went behind the pyramids, that went behind the pyramids and the Mayans. What the Incas did, the people Machu Picchu,
the lost city of Atlantis.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck happened there?
We'll never know how
Stonehenge
was created.
The Bible speaks, and God says that we will get dumb. We were not going to be as wise as we are before. Whether you believe, I like ancient aliens actually.
Oh,
but whether you believe that there were visitors here teaching their stuff, even the visitors had enough common sense to dip set out this place. They left. There's not many of them, because if there was as many of them, then you probably would have all these pyramids and all these monuments, but they're not here.
I believe there's still aliens here. They're all in Congress and the Senate and in the fucking White House.
They're in a lot of places.
In the British Parliament.
They're in entertainment. They're in everywhere.
Oh, of course. I think Brad Pitt's a reptilian.
I don't know.
I'm calling that one out. I'm calling that one out. And if it comes out that he is in 2 years, then you heard it here first on Bud and Roach.
Oh my goodness! I doubt that we'll ever find out about it.
Yeah, he's gonna keep that one. I bet you TMZ will be the first person to report on that shit.
Yeah.
You can't.
Breaking
nothing
news.
is credible, but your mind, your body, and your soul. That's it. That's what my grandfather tells me. So the only thing a person cannot take care of for you is your mind, your body, and your soul. So I just want to encourage people to be the best people that they can be, and just kind of wake up and pursue their goals. People say, "Well, how do you do this? How do you do that?" And I kind of feel like a way to spot a bullshitter is by people saying, well, I want to do it, but I don't know how. Nobody knows how, but you have to have the willpower to do and figure out how. Nobody's given the answers, no matter how smart you are.
If it were easy,
You have to
it'd
go
just be
through
the
some
way.
type of struggle.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. If it was easy, it'd just be the way. You would know the way to get something done. You would know the way to cook. You would know the way to get there right away. Like, if it were easy, it'd just be the way.
It's just sad that we live in a world.
We should do better at leading the way and showing
Exactly.
people the way.
The majority of
Reaching
people wait
back
for somebody to lead.
Maybe not everybody, but those who are most deserving of it, we need to reach more. Even like in the music industry, there's so much good talent. Like homeboy that was just on before me, he's popping. He's great.
Big C's.
I think that why not put him on the radio and introduce this positive intellectual sound where we have to, through these, independent people like yourself and I, we have to give airplay or radio wave play to people like him and people who have a story and something positive to tell. Because, when I did Love and Hip Hop, a particular person threw me shade, threw me attitude because I was affiliated with a particular blog. I'm just going there to do my job. But now in return, the blog is not going to give you any price or recognize you because you have a negative attitude or you are just a negative person. You try to tear down people. And after a while, that's not going to work.
Negativity begets negativity. Like nothing positive ever comes. Yeah.
Negativity, that's all it is.
And, I'm surprised that we spoke about the things that we've spoken about in this interview because this was very unexpected. But it was definitely a pleasure having you on the show. And just remind people one more time where they can find you.
Follow me on Instagram at FELICIA Felicia Verna. And you can check me out on my website, ELLUREZION.com. That's AllureZion.com. Shout out to everybody, Jersey, VSU, Virginia State University, all my Kappas, all my sweethearts, all the betterment. Love all you guys, and peace and love.
So you guys heard it here. One more big shout out to Felicia for coming on the B&RS show with us and spitting knowledge to all these young and dumb people out there. So we got to spread the word, man. We got to spread the word. But with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And don't tune off of the show because there's a video that I'm going to play next that I'm very proud of this video. It was my real personal shot at the Federal Reserve for all of the people that know how much that we've been fucked by the Federal Reserve. This is basically my fuck you right back. And I think that I was done and it was done tastefully. And it was done, there's a lot of subliminal shots, but only the thinkers are going to really get it. So one big thank you again to you and to Cease for coming on with us tonight. And right now we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more of the B&RS Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Roach Show. Now it's time for the Roach experience, so I gotta drop my shit, man. So bear with me.
Welcome to the Roach experience.
It's about that time, and ladies and gentlemen, you guys already know that I started this shit last week. We launched it with one of the Roach experience episodes, where I played Fake Plastic Trees by Radiohead, one of the greatest bands of all time. I got a lot of texts. I got a lot of emails from people saying that it sounded great. People want me on hooks. People want me on verses. People want me on tracks. If you guys, this song that we're about to play the video is not me singing. It's actually featuring my very good friend Jonathan Duran, who's somewhere right now doing something, and he's very giddy up. He's one of those guys, and So this was a poem that he wrote. I had made a beat for this track this album that I was trying to put together a long time ago, about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And he wrote a poem called Dauphine. And I was like, yo, I want you to say this poem on this track. And he did it, and it worked. And because it worked, we ended up shooting a video. We cut it up, and we did it nice. And right now, I'm gonna play the video. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Roach featuring Jonathan Duran, Dauphine.
This world is decaying, the result of centuries of drug abuse. A drug so powerful, everyday people willingly welcome it into their lives. A drug so addicting, just the thought of it can manipulate one's behavior. I'm surrounded by these addicts. They go through this redundant routine, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, to receive their fix every 2 weeks. The government distributes this drug to blind us from truth, to keep us happy while they rape and ravage. They are no exception. They're the biggest addicts. Any drug that you receive, believe that they had their hand in it first. So next time that you see me, I'm smoking my weed, don't judge me. Cause you're a bigger addict. An addict of the drug called currency. 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 Ad
You're listening to Zonos with Zo and Zo. Gentlemen, we are back, and we are live on the Bun and Roach Show. You guys obviously know what time it is. You just heard the beat drop. Lorenzo, go ahead and say hello to people.
Yo, what's going on?
Yo.
Yo, you know,
GSF to the death,
we're here. We got some time. We got a couple things we want to talk about, but I'm gonna start things off first with I'm gonna go ahead and say the best Jekyll and Hyde team I've seen in the NFL in quite some time, and that'd be my favorite New York Jets. What's your take on these guys right now?
Hold on, Aaron Rodgers just got hurt.
Okay, I don't have the TV on. We agreed to a new deal where I wouldn't have the TV on while I'm playing. Not gonna turn it on yet. I'm gonna work the next 2 hours and finish it.
Okay. What you said? No, my bad.
But the Jets yesterday, after the drubbing they took at the hands of the Cincinnati Bengals last week Sunday, I think it was 40-9 was the final score, or 49-7. I can't remember the exact final score.
It was the worst beat this week.
It was the worst beatdown they've taken in Rex Ryan's 5 years here. And they looked, Geno didn't look really bad that game. The defense certainly looked horrible. They didn't look like themselves. They went in there. I don't know what they did there. After the beating they gave the Patriots the week before, they definitely went in there flat and laid down. But yesterday, I was amazed, man, at how they had Drew Brees baffled for a lot of the game. He had a couple of good throws, a couple of good drives against the Jets. But for the better part of that game, they got a lot of pressure on him. They were getting after him. They were in his face, knocking him around. They didn't get any sacks until later in the game. But that front seven, man, that defensive front seven, with Mo, you have Mo, you have Sheldon Richardson, Quentin Coples, the other kid Harrison. You have, I mean, Calvin Pace is finally looking like a pass rush. You have David Harris leading that group in the middle. Demario Davis has been playing great on the other edge. This front seven looks insane. They've been playing great. I still think they need a little more from the offense. Losing Curley yesterday to what looked like a horrible elbow injury in that first half, that definitely doesn't help. But David Nelson can keep stepping up, and you can get Greg Salas to do a little bit of what he did with that speed. They're gonna need help at wide receiver for him. I think the kid they picked up from New England, the one they called Baby Gronk, who was playing tight end yesterday with Cumberland out, and obviously with Kellen Winslow getting hit with that suspension for the illegal performance enhancing drugs. Obviously they needed someone, and that kid, it wasn't Rulin. I can't remember who it was though, but they stepped up big time for the Jets. And the way they just beat the crap out of Drew Brees yesterday. There were a couple of very bad, questionable roughing the passer calls, especially one on one of those last drives. With a guy, they tried to call the Brady rule. You remember the Brady rule they put in where you can't hit them below the knee or at the knee. And the guy came in and he sacked Drew Brees. He got him. He hit him, but he hit him at his thighs, middle of his thighs. And they called it roughing the passer, bro. I wanted to put my TV through a window, but they were able to come back. But taken away from the Jets yesterday, man, I still can't call who it is, man. They're going into the bye this week, which is going to help them, obviously. They need to figure out their identity right now. This is the time for the Jets to figure out their identity because the season hasn't gotten away from them, and they're still in it. So they need to figure it out now. And, like I said, man, I still think this can be a team that, like Sanchez's first 2 years, can ride their defense through the playoffs. Gino's been a lot better the last few weeks at making fewer mistakes aside from 2 pick sixes. He's made a lot smarter throws the last few weeks. It's just a matter of getting everything together. He's still a rookie, but I think that if they get it together, man, they can be like they were those 2 years, man, and ride this defense as far as it'll take them because this defense is only going to get better. But they need, in the secondary, is definitely going to need some help.
Yeah, secondary does need some help. That was just yesterday was a good team effort, good team win. They did well. I was surprised that they bounced back like that. I think right now, Rex Ryan is showing the type of coach that he is, and hopefully they keep him on and give him extensions.
He's always been a resilient coach. I think with John Isaac early in the year saying he's okay with bringing him back, that Rex's job was okay, and Woody Johnson saying his job was okay. You have no idea how that would end after that drubbing he took last week. Everybody was talking about now he's back on the hot seat. I think that with the team they've surrounded him with, the team they've given him, you have to give him another year. You have to. I don't think the last 2 years can be called his fault. When you don't give Sanchez anything to develop with him, you didn't bring in any receivers or weapons on offense to help him develop, because the defense wasn't bad in either of those years. They weren't great, but they weren't bad. They didn't have the pass rush they needed, but they weren't bad. And we're seeing that defense is back together now. Rex has been doing his best. They really, I think there are a few weapons on the offensive side of the ball away. I think Cribbs coming over was a good pickup. You give them options. They need they need Santonio Holmes to either step up and be healthy, or they need that true number one receiver for this guy. Someone who can be a deep threat, or someone who could be that across the middle, move the chains kind of Reggie Wayne, slant across the middle threat. Every quarterback needs that guy who can run a quick slant across the middle, and the Jets don't have that.
Yeah.
But
they have to definitely put some more weapons around Gino, especially with the wide receiver at the wide receiver position. They really you really have no idea about these guys that he's going to. No one knows who these fucking people are.
You look at what's going on right now, and you're looking at basically the best weapon for
Gino
Smith these last few weeks.
And you know what? He's putting it together, and he's working out well. He really doesn't have a tight end either.
No, he doesn't. Cumberland's definitely been developing nicely.
For making what he has work for him.
Yeah, Cumberland's been developing nicely, and I think he's done more than you could have obviously hoped for from him. But I really think that I really think they need a few more pieces. I think the pieces they have are great complementary pieces. They just they're missing those standout pieces that they need. Every team needs. You need at least one standout on the offense side of the ball. And they've been getting great effort from Bilal Powell, Chris Ivory all year. I think that they finally maybe figured out the running attack using a couple of different guys out there. But it just comes down to receiver. This is a passing league now. As much as teams want to run the ground and pound it, Just like people were saying, fullback's a dying position. I think we could be looking in a few years at running back being a dying position. They're not drafting these guys as high anymore. They're not paying them money. These guys' shelf life is usually 30. At 30 years old, they're not the same play anymore. A lot of these guys are coming out at 22, 23 years old, so you're not going to pay them big money, not know what you have, and then, you're not going to pay them money to sit on the sideline hurt. So I think we're seeing a lot of teams wising up to that. That's why you see guys not getting the big money they're looking for when they have breakthrough years, huge years, right off the bat. They get Geno the weapons. Yeah, I think Geno's going to develop nicely. He's proven he has tough skin. He's gone out there and given it his all every game, even when he's been bad. A lot of people were clamoring last week. Well, yeah, Sims is out there. Sims was only out there because the game was already lost, and there's no need in having your franchise, the guy you want to be your franchise quarterback, out there. We obviously saw what happened with Sanchez in the preseason, and Rex did the right thing, pulling this guy out and not leaving him out on the field to get hit in a pointless loss, a game that was all but lost already. So I think he handled that pretty well. It all comes down to getting the weapons, man. If he gets the weapons around him, they'll be all right, man. But, while we're still in the NFL, man, it was a pretty good game. Just a lot of decent games. I want to talk Miami Dolphins right now, man, because you've been following this thing going on with Dwayne Martin, I think his name is. I can't remember his name, but Jeff Martin or something. Or Ricky Incognito.
Yeah. Well, first off, we've known Richie Incognito to be a grade A douchebag since he's coming to the league. So what they're saying right now, it really doesn't sound like it's too far from the truth. Like I said, they have the voicemail where he calls him half a nigger and tells him he wants to shit down his mouth.
He wants to shit down his fucking mouth. I want to shit in your fucking mouth.
Who even thinks of shit like that?
Who said that? You say that mouth? Maybe to a friend
like
at
just
lunch
the logistics alone, that's just mad. That's just crazy.
He said he
but
Ricky
Incognito, we know he's a douche, and it's hard to see. It's hard to say. Like, this guy, he's a big offensive lineman, 6'5", 315 pounds, 320 pounds, whatever, getting bullied by somebody. But he really got bullied. It's harassment.
I think they're saying bully, but I think it really borders more on the line of harassment than bullying. I think bullying is just something you do as a kid. Because as a kid, you don't know much better, and you don't learn from mistakes. As an adult, though, to be doing what Ricky Incognito is accused of doing, to basically being a ringleader of this thing, it shows how juvenile he is. We've known him to be a grade A asshole since he's come in the league with the incidents he's been involved in already.
Yeah, he's the guy that had another player swinging the helmet at his head.
Yes, at his head without his helmet on. Wasn't it his own helmet that he was swinging? That the kid was swinging at him. He took his helmet and was swinging at him because
I don't remember, but I know he got a helmet.
I know it had something to do with hands to the face, and the kid swung the helmet. I know both of them had the helmet. I can't remember if the other guy had his helmet.
Yeah, he got kicked out. He got kicked out from the Oregon program when he was in college. He had problems in Nebraska.
Yeah.
You see what's going on in the NFL, and it's funny because they did an interview with Josh Brown. He's the kicker of the Giants, and they did an interview with him, and he's been friends with him since the college years. And he said that this guy really has demons, and that he pretty much called him a douche. He said he's still my friend, but he's called him a douche. He said, "Guy battling some demons. He's a tortured soul."
I mean,
when somebody comes out and says that about you,
that's someone who knows you. I mean, I think maybe he might not realize that might have been a blessing in disguise. Maybe the NFL sends him off to some treatment program. Because, obviously the Dolphins have suspended him for conduct detriment to the team. I mean, it don't be a 4-game suspension, and they're making it seem like they're not going to bring him back at all. But I think if there was anywhere where the NFL needed to step in and do the dumb shit the NFL does, I think this is one of the places, one of the situations where they need to do that. This is clearly a guy who went too far. He's insulting the man. He's insulting the man's family. And basically, this is all happening without cause, without reason. So I really think the NFL needs to look into that. You would think of it. It's kind of funny. Someone his size, a man this big, 6'5", 310, 315 pounds, getting bullied and basically walking away from the game because he's been bullied. And I mean that just shows. I mean, I don't want to say maybe the makeup of them, but it just shows the way people are. Each person's son is different. I mean, these guys obviously thought it was okay to keep going, to keep bashing, to keep driving up the wall, and it basically pushed them too far.
Yeah, he had enough. I mean, that's what happened. You're having a bad day. Somebody just keeps pushing you. Like, you know, I mean, he just said, fuck it. He just walked away.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is the Dolphins. First of all, the head coach filming. He doesn't know what's going on in his locker room. Like, this guy filming. He's supposed to be like this take charge type of guy. How do you not know that this is going on in your own locker room? You have players leaving other players' voicemails calling them half a nigga.
Yeah, to say to have a blind eye and not know anything that was going on with
I think that's the worst
out.
part of it.
I think there's a
I think that's the worst part.
What's going on in your
locker room? He called him
room.
half a nigga.
To not know what's going on in your own locker room.
Not even a full nigga.
That's just. I mean, it's a cop out. It's a plea. You had to have known what was going on. But this is one of those things where, you know, the rules of the game. You know, everyone feels you have to be super tough to play football. You know, it should be a locker room that polices yourself. I've never been a fan of the rookie hazing. Some of it's funny, you know, the haircuts and some of the other stuff. But you know, one of the big things that happened with Des Bryant when he came up was someone told him, you know, take my pads, Rook. And he said, fuck no, I'm not doing that. And the guy just dropped his pads there and left him. And Des Bryant left him sitting there. But they got him back when they went out for like a team dinner, and you know they ran up like a $55,000 check on a guy on a rookie salary. I think that's going too far when you do things like that. And you know, I mean, I guess it's sort of like a rite of passage, but at a certain point, you have to call it and know that what you're doing is not acceptable and not right. And you know, it's unacceptable. It's unfair. It sucks, man. As someone who was picked on as a kid, I'll say frankly.
Again, some of the hazing things are funny.
Yeah, some
like the way the Mets do, like with the Mets when on the rookie, the last road trip, they make the rookies dress up and shit like you know
the singing when they make them do the little American Idol competition is funny. The little comedy competitions is kind of funny. All the hazing, the little jokes, you know, the fucked up haircuts where they'll cut the whole top of your head and leave your ponytail there. You know, those are fucked up, but they're funny. That's hazing. That's all expected and well within what you'd expect from basically
that's not trying to emotionally break somebody.
No, that's not. This guy,
when at least for somebody having an emotional breakdown, then you're going too far.
Yeah, Ricky Incognito's going way too far. They basically. I
mean, like I said, everybody knows Ricky Incognito's a grade A douche. Everybody knows he's an asshole. And I'm pretty sure nobody's shedding any tears for him right now. Because his career is probably over. The Dolphins drop him, his career, which they probably are. His career is probably over. And that's good for him. He gets exactly what he deserves.
Here's the way I feel. And I hope the Miami
Dolphins... I'm going to predict it now. We're going to be reading down the line somewhere about Ricky Incognito doing something stupid later on in life. After he loses the game of football. I say
suicide, maybe. If he's battling demons like that he has to try to make someone's life bad. I say suicide. But you made me lose my old train. I was talking about Dolphins. Me personally, I hope the Dolphins get this right, man. You released Chad Johnson, someone who was never in trouble with the law, with anything, for any reason. You released him for an incident with his wife. And I mean, we're not justifying domestic violence, but for one incident, you basically ostracized this guy. He hasn't been able to return to the game. One of the greatest receivers in the game who still had the physical ability to play the game at receiver has been ostracized by these guys for them blacklisting him last preseason and the incident that happened with him and Miss Evelyn Lozada. And it's fucked up, man, because, I mean, you have this going on. You have something way worse going on in your locker room, and you've done basically nothing. You suspended the guy 4 games, and he has the right to come back. You either have to eat the rest of his contract and release him, or allow him to come back and play. And you let Chad Johnson walk. You basically released him over something like that and called it a distraction. I know you saw last year on Hard Knocks when they showed when they released him. So, I mean, it's bullshit, man. I hope their handle is right. If not, this is one of those things the NFL should want to look into and step into and look at taking care of.
I already have if they're going to play the moral ground card, then, Ricky Incognito should have been cut yesterday.
Yeah, he should have been. If you want to play that with Chad Johnson, you got to play here. But before we get out of here, man, I want to talk some NBA real fast, man. Heat right now after winning their first. I don't know if they won last night. They were playing the Wizards. I silly think they won. They were up pretty big when I turned. The Heat haven't looked that great. Derrick Rose working off some rust. The Nets lost to the Heat. Obviously, I mean not the Heat. They lost their home first game 4-1 in their home opener. The Knicks won their first game before dropping a few. What's your take?
They won the first. Yeah, Knicks won. They won the first two, I believe.
They won the first.
They
two?
lost yesterday. Or maybe they just won their first. Oh yeah, no, they lost to the Bulls too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So
they lost to the Bulls. They won 2. Yeah.
What's your take right now? Looking at what you see right now from these teams. What's your take on the
NBA
season this early?
First of all, I want to say that I went to opening day.
Yeah, fuck you, man. I saw you. I saw you at opening day, you bastard. I saw you. All right.
I went to opening day at MSG. Great experience, great time. It really looks nice over there. But in terms of basketball, I see the Knicks. I mean, it's gonna be hard for the Knicks to finish ahead. They're not finishing ahead of the Heat. I don't think they're gonna finish ahead of the Nets. I don't think they're gonna finish ahead of the Bulls, and I don't think they're gonna finish ahead of the
Pacers.
Of the Pacers.
That puts
I think they're a 5 seed at best, but they are a dangerous 5 seed. As they could definitely get that. They could get that long ball working the way they do. I think there'd definitely be there'd be a problem. But everybody has to play. And they have to get. I mean, it's the beginning of the year. Teams like the Heat. The Heat lost games too. Like the Heat lost to 76.
76 is a 3-0. People said these guys supposed to be mailing in, man. They went out there and they thrashed the Heat. They thrashed the Heat, man.
And the Heat lost to the Nets as well.
Yes. So I'm looking at it on paper. You have to say the teams obviously would think on paper. I'm seeing them play. I think the 76 could surprise some people. I think the Cavs are gonna be damn good.
Who?
The Cavs, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay.
But really looking at it, man, the Knicks are really looking at the top teams in the East. They're looking at finishing 5th at best, unless they make some sort of a huge trade, or someone else has a huge fall off that you don't see coming. You see the Knicks finishing 5th at best, man. And to tell you the truth, I don't think they can beat any of those teams to get out of the first round, man. Let alone get into the second. This guy have to take injuries or the trades or something. Something is gonna have to click perfectly. And I think James Dolan is a little off his rocker, saying he expects an NBA championship this year. You can't. You suck. You're an idiot. That's what I feel about James Dolan. He's an idiot. I fucking hate him. I despise him. I actually hate him more than I do Steinbrenner or any of Steinbrenner's family. I hate James Dolan that much more. But at the same time, I can admit the truth. Every year the Yankees have a chance at contending because they have the money to spend. There's no salary cap in baseball. The Knicks have a terrible salary cap situation. Obviously, you have what's going on with Melo now. If things don't get better, Melo is going to start talking his free agent shit again. He's quiet for now, but he's going to start talking his free agent shit again. And, I mean, you have to think he only did all this for the money, so he's going to go where the most money can be offered to him, the Knicks, obviously. But I don't think he can rest on that, man. And I think the Knicks have a lot of holes, man. The Knicks have a lot of holes.
They have a lot of holes. They got to get younger at point guard, too.
Yes, Pablo Prigioni, man, he's a good look.
If you're talking free agency, I really think LeBron is going to leave and go back to Cleveland to go play with Kyrie.
I think he does. I think he does that.
LeBron's never had a real great point guard, and Kyrie's going to be one of the best when it's all said and done.
Yeah,
like he's already up there. He could be one of the best. And for LeBron, if LeBron gets to play with a true point guard, a real point guard, a great point guard. Yeah. I don't think that's a chance. That's an opportunity to pass up, and they have some young talent.
I don't think he does, but I can tell you why I see him going because they have all the cap space. He can, if the Knicks clear it, he can come to New York if he wants to jump to another big market. He's already got his rings. Or he can go to LA because they're going to have all that cap space. I really think it's a matter of whether or not, where you think you have the best chance. Do you want to build a legacy in another town, or do you want to go home now that you've accomplished what you want? Because, I mean, you've been to 3 finals, you've won 2.
I think
have a shot at 3 this year.
LeBron wants to be liked so much that he will go back to Cleveland so he could try to bring them a ring.
Yes.
And I think he'd do that for his hometown to try to bring him a ring, and I don't knock him for that.
No,
he left. He said he left to go get rings, and he's done exactly what he said he was going to do.
Money for a championship.
He got his rings, so you can't.
I'm not sure he'll go back and play for Dan Gilbert. Of all things Dan Gilbert said, I don't think he'll. I don't think him and Dan Gilbert are gonna have a great relationship. That relationship might take some reconciliation. But
well, if Dan Gilbert wants to win a championship, then this motherfucker needs to.
Dan Gilbert's gonna be on his doorstep June 31st or July 30th. I can't remember what the NBA free agency day is. I don't know if it's June 31st or July 31st. Whichever one of those days it is, he's gonna be on LeBron's doorstep, on his knees, mouth open, or waiting for the load because he knows what he has to do.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. They might have to have a. They're gonna have a fucking. They're gonna have a front office bukkake. For LeBron.
Front office bukkake. Oh my God! Shit. Oh man! I think that hits the nail on the core. That hits the nail right on the head, man. I think we're gonna wrap there. I think that's it, man. That was perfect. The Cleveland Cavaliers may have to.
I'm glad we was able to immortalize this on radio as well.
It's not just on radio. We're on TV.
It's
on
TV
video
now. Niggas say
you heard it
front
here.
office bukkake.
Oh my God.
Ooh, man.
That's gonna be trending on Twitter
Oh
for next
God.
year.
So with that, obviously, man, go ahead and say it so we can fucking take a commercial break, man.
Ain't nothing different. It's always the same. GSF, we do the fucking.
You already know.
You already know GSF to
You
the
already
death.
know.
We do
Early,
the fucking. You
papito.
heard? Early, papito. Not late. You what?
Early, papito.
Early, papito. We do the fucking. You heard? We do the fucking.
GSF, you heard?
That's perfect.
I like the way you saw the emotion on me right there while I was yelling.
That was good.
Fucking.
So
Hear the angst in my voice? GSF, nigga.
GSF to the death, my nigga. I bleed for
I'll get
this.
some GSF shirts made up, man.
Early, papito.
Early, papito.
Musicians, artists, entrepreneurs, activists. Do you want to be a guest on the Bud and Roach Show? If so, go to www.budandroach.com and fill out your applications now.
This world is decaying, the result of centuries of drug abuse.
Welcome to the real world.
Whoa.
I was waiting for that
Bless
to come
you.
that whole time.
Bless you.
Thank you, good kind sir. You feel me, man? You know what I'm saying, man? I'm just, niggas trying to ride out here, man. We trying to do our thing, man. We trying to live, man. Niggas ain't want, my age, our age when we came up, man. They weren't really trying to hear us, man. But, now they got to hear us and see us. So, you know what I'm saying? We do the fucking, you heard?
I want to take that sound clip right there and that's going to be the ending of the Bud and Roach commercial, man. I want to get clips of everybody saying that shit.
What, we do the fucking?
Yeah. That shit'll be sick. But you guys already saw it. It's been a fantastic show. We're going to close it out with the real world. We're trying to do this not 3 hours anymore. You got man boobs. And when I put on that jacket that I wanted, was that your jacket that I used to go outside? That was as soon as I put that shit on, I started hearing old slave songs in my head. It was like,
fuck you, dog. That blazer is sick, son. You seen the patches? You seen the patches on the elbow, cuz?
Patches were good.
Real suede patches,
patches,
homie.
yeah,
You know how heavy that wool is, homie?
it's like you could smell the Underground Railroad on that shit. It's still residue on that shit.
Word of life, you're making fun of my jacket like that?
But nobody got to see the jacket, so it's all right. They don't know what jacket we talking about. But there's just really a lot of shit going on. There's usually a lot of shit going on in the world, and I think that we've reached a point in this country where both of the guests that were on tonight, they said it. Everybody's losing their shit. Up is down right now. It's like 2 + 2 is 5. That was a Radiohead song. One of my favorite Radiohead songs of all time is 2 + 2 = 5. And I didn't understand that shit until I started realizing all this shit that was going on. Because that's exactly what he's talking about in the fucking song. Everybody, exactly. Nobody knows what the fuck is real. Reality TV is the complete opposite.
Oh my God, like reality TV it throws me off. Like it puts me in such a bad mood, reality TV, man. But you know what it is, man? It's the fact that people have accepted this. In order for something to happen, you see it all the time, a lot of memes. The only thing in order for evil to prevail is for good people to sit back and do nothing. And with everyone sitting back and doing nothing, there's no one to stop evil. And you don't even want to call it evil naturally, but you know that the underlying means for it is no better word to use there than evil.
And the fact that people, there's such a high level of complacency right now where everyone just is happy with the situation that they're in, whether you on fucking welfare or you getting food stamps or whether you're making $1 million a year and just completely fucking miserable.
Oh man, thank you. I don't want to cut you off right there. Yeah. You just mentioned something about food stamps, and I can't remember who posted it. And I kind of want to say I think it was Kristen. You remember Kristen? I think it was her. She posted it. Obviously, her fiance is he's in the Marines, a veteran. And
right now.
God damn.
Holy shit.
Another shooting we're hearing about right now. Damn. See, now we gotta turn on TV and
that's I mean,
I'll just turn it on in a second, but she posted something. I saw that people were going crazy. I know people going crazy. It's like gonna be like a $36 a month reduction in food stamps per family of four. Yeah. People are going crazy about that, and it's not like $36 per person. It's like just $36 across the board, so it's $9 a person. And people going crazy about that. But then she posted an article, and they talking about wounded veterans that can't work, have no option to work, and they don't even receive that much assistance. And there's people who are healthy and fully capable of working that just choose not to because the government gives them handouts, and that's insane, man. That's one of the reasons I hate the military. I don't want to say I hate the military, but I hate the way or the order of things, the way they run it. Because, I mean, these gentlemen and these young ladies go overseas and they give their lives. Some of them, they give their body. They see terrible things they can't unsee. They come back all sorts of fucked up, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. They come back, they're not the same person. And they don't get the assistance they need. There's an alarming rate of suicide amongst service members. Most of them returning from war that are struggling with PTSD. And no one believes them, or they just want to pump them full of drugs, which makes it quite frank, way worse. And to see people complaining, talking about how am I supposed to feed my family, you have the ability to get off your ass and walk. If you can afford a brand new fucking phone, if your kids can afford brand new fucking Jordans that cost $100 your ass don't need to be on food stamps. Your ass needs to get off your fucking ass and go get a job. Now here's the thing: when was it Teddy Roosevelt or Franklin Roosevelt who started the welfare system? I can't remember. It was one of the Roosevelts. It was one of the Roosevelts. Can't remember which one. But they started it during the Depression because people needed it. People needed it. People needed that type of help, that type of assistance at that time. It wasn't by choice, and you know what I'm saying. And you have people now who's like, it's the life plan, man. Go to school, give a fuck, I'm gonna fuck some bitches, smoke some weed. I'm gonna stay home all day, nigga, and be on welfare, nigga. Welfare paying my bills, nigga.
This is what upsets me. And there's this specific kid that I see on the train all the time. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen him. If we ever see him together, I'm gonna point them out. But this kid goes on the train and he gives his sob story just like everybody that begs on the train does. And he explains, I'm homeless. I don't have anything to eat. Can you please help me? He has his bag, his dingy ass clothes. And he walks around and he begs. And one day I went and I followed this dude. I was on West 4th. And I was heading to around the BBQs on West 8th.
Yeah.
And I'm over there. I'm in right upstairs from the train station. There's a $1 pizza spot.
Yeah.
This kid goes and he's like, all right, I got this cash that I just begged on the train for. And then he goes into the pizzeria and he orders a slice. And I'm looking at him and he gets pepperoni. And I'm thinking to myself, you're sacrificing that extra 50 cents for pepperoni when you could have just got yourself 2 slices and ate. People don't think anymore. People think with their eyes. They eat with their eyes. Everything is about visuals. That little bit of pepperoni, and they only put like 3 little fucking pieces of pepperoni on that slice. That made him go out and beg for more cash so he can get something to drink. I'm like, yo, this shit don't make sense. People are ass backwards. People don't understand what it's like.
We live in a society that perpetuates being ass backwards right now.
Greed. That's all it is. It's fucking greed. You want to be out in the street, you want to be begging for money, I'm not gonna give you $1 unless you fucking perform something. And I don't want to see the tap dancing if you don't got shoes. You better fucking do something legit in order to earn your keep. If you homeless, then be the best homeless nigga you could possibly be, and at least entertain somebody, make somebody's day better. Don't just go around and ruin niggas.
The guy on 40 Douche, probably seen him a bunch of times. Two guys with the one guy who's like, he has the sign. He's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I want money for a beer. And then he has a sign, another sign like right
that's
outside.
just creative.
Me too.
It's
a little sign that says I want a beer too. Another little sign he just pulls out. And there's the guy who was sitting there with this from the Jada. You remember the Why song with Why I Lie, I Need a Beer sign. Nigga, there's a sign that says that this is my Why I Lie, I Need a Beer sign. Like, and they sit there and people give them the money. Cause it's like, yo, you're not lying to me. I know you're about to go spend this on a beer. You're not sitting out here fronting like you starving, like you got kids at home, or nothing, like you trying to feed them. You telling the truth, yo, I want money for a beer, man. And I respect that a lot more than somebody, I'm hungry, nigga, and then walking past and see these niggas shooting up with some shit.
But we bring this up especially because I just re-saw a video that I had seen before, where there's a girl who basically was posing as an old crippled lady on Fifth Ave, right by the Prada store, the Gucci store, the shit.
Oh God, I saw that.
She was cleaning up, bro. She was cleaning up. She said the lady doing the whole special said that they was tracking her. She was getting at least 50 donations an hour. If she was making $50, let's just say it was dollar donations. If she was making $50 an hour and she's out there for fucking 12 hours, and then she goes and she creeps away into the dark night and to her minivan.
I saw that.
She had a minivan and she jumps right back out in different clothes to go back to shop at the same fucking stores that she just finished begging in front of. Like, and then you wonder why, you know, people don't help people no more. Like, everybody's a fucking scam artist. I'm sorry, there's a dude out there. I saw a video of a dude. I'm gonna get the fucking clip for next week. There was a dude who goes to schools. He went to colleges. I believe it was like a Catholic school or some shit. And he spoke to these kids. He don't have arms or legs. He was doing this shit. And he, not only is he an inspirational speaker that gets paid a lot of fucking money to do what he does, but he was changing those kids' lives. And he was more crippled than any bum that I've seen out here in New York City. So at the end of the day, bum is not a situation, it's a mentality. If you a bum in here, then you're gonna be a bum everywhere else. You could be $1 million dude. You could be Ted DiBiase and still be a fucking bum.
I'm agree with you on that one, but not completely, because there are some people that are just born in circumstances, or they're just in circumstances that even though no matter how hard they try, they can't get themselves out of. And to those people, I feel for them, because there are people that try their ass off, and it just don't work for them. It don't happen for them, and you can't knock them for trying. But for the people who, like you just said,
for the people that don't try,
you know, for the people that try their hardest and they're trying to do everything they can, I feel for you, because there's a lot of people like myself who's trying as hard as they can to do something. And you know, and I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about outside works, try their hardest, trying to find work, trying to live. And you know, people, you know, they're not giving you, you know, you pay, maybe they want to pay you a little less. They don't want to pay you at all. They don't want to hear your situation. Here's my take on it, man. I don't feel I should need 4 years experience for me to take a job. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't need 4 years of college to get that job when I have 8 years real world experience working. You know what I'm saying? When I have 8 years hands-on experience of dealing with people. Reading the textbook ain't gonna tell you how to deal with a situation. Reading the textbook ain't gonna tell you that this person's situation and this person's situation, though they may have the same situation, ain't the same. Because the reasons for that is different. Their reasons for needing this situation to work out is different. So, you know, it's just not going to teach you that. And
not to cut you off, but it was last year, I believe, either last year or the year before, that I went, and I don't want to blast the brand, but I'm going to blast the store right now. I had an interview with American Eagle Outfitters. I'm not going to say which one. And I go over there, and the first thing that they asking is, oh, do you have a college degree? What the fuck do I need a college degree to sell cotton shirts? Like they want. I was looking somewhere, and it was like for it was something like, it was like a bartender. It's like they want at least a fucking bachelor's. Bachelor's is the 4-year degree, I'm like,
right?
Yo, this is so stupid.
Associates is 2 years, bachelor's 4, right? They said bachelor's. I'm like, all right, I may be mistaken. I'm like, isn't bachelor's a 4-year degree to fucking serve drinks? For drinks?
I'm sorry, that's why
but I can only think of it, and I finally get the mentality for why parents lose their mind. You didn't want your kid going to school 4 years to sling drinks. You went to school 4 years for something you're supposed to be able to want to do. And like, it's the point where, I mean, you even look at it. I know a lot of friends that were servers with master's degrees, and they're serving masters in criminal justice, masters in sociology, and they're serving.
And we know people that it don't mean
it's just
nothing.
A piece of paper.
It don't mean nothing anymore.
Like, all it is a piece of paper.
There's videos. There's videos of people. There was, I think it was a lawyer. He had a bunch of different law degrees, all levels.
And
he was tossed in the flame, bro.
Fireplace.
It was a fireplace, and he was just
he wasn't even taking them shits out of the frame.
He was like, this is nothing. This is nothing.
Like this.
Because at the end of the day, college, it's an institution that's a one huge business. And back in the day, in high school, preschool, elementary school, they taught you gradually how to live life. Now all school teaches you is when you're in the first grade, they teach you how to get to the second grade. When you're in the second grade, they teach you how to get to third, and that's all it is. And I've been to college.
I mean, they say there's no more social promotion, but all they're doing now is promoting shit socially. School is a social experience. Like, school right now is like just clearly for kids to socialize, I feel. Because you want to get them socialized. You want to get them in there. You want to tell them, like we said, school teaches the same thing jail teaches you. Authority, do
we
what you're
posted
told.
that shit up.
Yeah,
it was side-by-side comparison.
But they teach you the same shit. If you don't do this, you get this. You don't do this, it's the same exact teaching, the same mentality. And they're not teaching you anything. Teaching you to remember shit, to remember exact dates, isn't teaching you why that happened. Like, it's insane. It's mind-boggling. It baffles me. It baffles me.
And I've reached a point in my life where I understand why there's people out there on Wall Street slinging coke to these dudes, making a killing, because that's the situation that they knew how to capitalize on. They know that there's a lot of people out there with a lot of money that don't give a fuck about nothing but getting fucked up. So you're gonna make a business out of that. And we're not condoning people to go out there and start slinging coke, but you can't bash somebody for doing something when they're doing what they need to do in order to be good for their life situation. Because we deal with this shit all the time. We've been dealing with this shit since we was born. Like we don't get the same treatment.
We said all the time about one of our friends, rest in peace, Black John. He wasn't a bad person. He had to do bad shit, but he wasn't a bad person. And there are a lot of people in that same situation that they just you have to do what you need to do to survive for you and your family, man. And it's sad because in this country, if it's supposed to be the greatest country in the world, a country that's an opportunity for every man, there shouldn't be young kids that with a world of like that see the world. Like, kids like from us, we don't see the world the same way as a kid who grew up in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like, as kids, like, we have points of views that other people ain't gonna have. We know things that other people ain't gonna know. You have kids that are gifted, that are truly gifted in so many ways of life that don't get a chance to show it because of the circumstances they were born into, and they have to do other shit.
You mentioned Black John, and this is all I need to say about this. We knew him. We knew him since birth. We was all out here together. We all grew up together. You said it perfectly. He's not a bad dude. He wasn't a bad dude. He had to do shit in order to get into where he needed to be for his family or whatever the case is. But the first thing that they wrote, the first line that they wrote in the fucking on the article when he got murdered was ex-con John Gilliam.
But
that was the first thing.
But it's crazy. All that shit was shit that happened when we was young, so it should have been sealed. That shouldn't even been anything they could bring up. That was what pissed me off the most. You're not talking about his family. You're not talking about him leaving behind all his sisters, his grandmother, his daughter, or that he has another baby on the way. You're talking about his past, shit they had to do. Like that shit pisses me off, man. Because when he's like, they don't do the same shit when these stupid ass white kids do something. No offense, I don't want to sound like that, but they don't talk the same shit when these stupid ass white kids go out and do something dumb like that. So, it's fucked up. It's a whole different circumstance, but
just keep your head up, man, because there's good people out there, regardless of all this bullshit. There's a lot of good people out there that just you meet these people every day. You just don't give them the time of day because of the brainwashing techniques that have been placed on you.
You walk past these people every day and don't want to acknowledge them for whatever reasons of your own. But just because you see someone and think, well, maybe that person's not doing something, or they're doing this for a stupid reason, or they're not doing this. You have no idea why that person's doing what they're doing or what they're doing without you speaking to that person. So don't jump to judgment, because you're gonna look like a fucking idiot at the end of the day. You're gonna look like a fucking fool.
Don't judge nobody, and I think with that, I'm good.
I'm good too, man.
So with that, this is episode 81. Thank you guys. We went 2 hours 15 minutes. I think that's a decent time. And we'll be back next week, same time. You guys already know.
Same time, same place, man.
We do the fucking, you heard?
We do the fucking, you heard?
This is the Bud and Roach Show.